Happy Monday, everybody. It is 7 o'clock, and we are starting our show. It was an interesting Monday. We're going to talk about this kiss on the mountaintop. We're going to talk about this stalker in the jet. We're going to talk about the sugar baby being put in her place. And we're going to talk about this little bad seat with handheld technology. I hope y'all are ready to get this chat on
Oh,
tonight.
yes, definitely.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And everybody's here. Hello to everybody out there in YouTube. Louisa and Vicky and Electra Storm. Stefan and Sarah Perkins. Yvonne. Miss Queen Libra. Hey, guys. I am so excited about today's episode, and not even for the reasons that you guys might be excited, but I feel like with little Henry Samari coming back, we're getting a different Douglas, and some of us is going to get what we feel like should happen anyway. I know I wasn't on the train in the beginning when somebody, I think it was Sam, was the first one to propose.
I think it was Sam and Can, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were the first ones to say it's going to be Douglas. And I said, well, Douglas ain't going to do that. Because, we had a different Douglas. This little boy looked like he was different. But we know Henry is about these streets. Little Henry, that little boy is about these sun streets. I believe that he's got mischief in him like his daddy. And we know Caroline wasn't no angel either.
You know what? You say that one more time. Douglas was not birthed by no goddamn wallflowers.
No, he was
No,
not.
he wasn't.
No.
His mama was a sneaky bitch, and his daddy is a sneaky bastard. And you got a sneaky bitch and a sneaky bastard is gonna have a little sneaky ass motherfucker, and that's what little Douglas is. And I was not feeling it with Django. I love Django as like an older Douglas, and he's, maybe want to sit down and talk about his feelings. But no, honey, this storyline needs a little boy who don't want to talk about his feelings. This storyline needs a little boy who is on the ultimate parent trap. He is going to cleanse Brooke Logan. Douglas had already cleansed Brooke Logan. This is Douglas. Douglas got rid of.
Yes.
That's what we hoping.
Yes.
That's what we hoping. Bubbles. We talked about it today. That is what we hoping, girl.
Yes. Yes.
Well, look, we got eagle eyes on this show. Between everybody in this chat and everybody hanging out on YouTube, there ain't much in detail that sneak past all of us. So we all been peeping for that app and just waiting and waiting.
And it keeps turning up with Douglas.
Exactly.
It keeps turning up with Douglas. And what did Thomas say today?
I told you to delete that app.
He said, I told you,
Yeah, I didn't. And he just told him more than once.
He told him more than
he
once.
told him more than once today. He told him
twice.
He actually yelled at him and told him, but you're not listening to me. Now delete the app and go do your homework.
Do your homework. That's right. He sure did. He sure did. So we know as of today, Douglas is the one that got the app. It was clear today that Thomas don't want anything to do with the app. He don't like the app, and he don't want Douglas with the app because it came on with Thomas saying, "What I told you about that app." That's what it came on with him saying. The scene came in when Thomas said, "What have I told you about that app?" And Douglas was running around being mischievous, laughing and cuckooing,
being hard-headed like a bad little child.
He was being a mischievous little boy, but that's what little boys do, right? At that age, right? So then when Papa Eric came in, he did it again, and I thought that was actually Eric saying it this time, but Douglas was still going with the app,
smiling and smiling in Thomas' face. Hitting the button again. Grandpa said, I don't have to do my homework. See, Grandpa said, like a bad kid. I loved it.
My whole heart is so full because y'all know I have been wanting Douglas to be the bad seed since they cast him with Henry. I have wanted Douglas to just like be this kid that's just burning shit down because his mom
Especially that damn cabin.
and now they trying to force him in this cabin with this psycho ass woman who keeps saying that his cousin is his sister, and he tired of it. He don't want to be there no more, so he just dropping matches. That's what I wanted. But this is bigger than a match. Douglas is setting bombs. Like
believe.
Douglas is setting bombs like his daddy did.
You know what? Douglas gonna do what Thomas couldn't do when he was born.
You better say that, Sam.
Douglas gonna do what Thomas couldn't do when he was born.
Girl,
He's going to blast that goddamn bridge to smithereens for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Douglas is doing what his great grandmama spent her
Here's the thing, Douglas, and this is one of the reasons why, as much as I'm a Miss Django, this is one of the reasons why I like Henry so much. Thomas standing up there, looking down at him, telling you, "I told you to stop playing with that app, and I keep telling you, and you keep not listening to me." And he's staring his daddy dead now, hitting the button again and smiling.
It's just an app. He literally said it's just an
app.
Douglas is
Just
out.
120% these generation alpha churn, because that's exactly how they talk to you.
Yeah.
It's just this. It's just TikTok. It's just Snapchat. And you be like, I don't give a goddamn what it is. What did I tell you? And they do not care.
And what is it? You tripping.
You
tripping. You bugging.
Yeah.
Child, fixing to be Douglas. And you know what? When it's Douglas, they not gonna be able to take it. We're not gonna. This is the antics of a child. I'm not gonna walk this back. Douglas didn't mean to do it, but at the end of the day, I'm happy where I am. Brooke is fixing to spend the next couple of months begging behind Bridge and crying, and Douglas is gonna be standing there with the giggle guts. And I bet that's what that whole spoiler about him being torn means, because he's gonna start to feel guilty about it after it starts to come out that Brooke and Ridge ain't gonna be together no more. And he might get to wondering, well, was it because of the CPS call? Because that was a big deal. All those people came to the house, and then Grandpa seemed angry, and I had to go in my room for a little bit. He might be smart enough to know that what he's done carries some sort of consequences, and now he feels torn. Well, maybe if I go back home, if I go back over here to this shed, maybe things will calm down and these people forget that my
you know what?
He better not.
Bubbles.
That's very plausible.
Bubbles, take it back out the atmosphere.
I
can't have him volunteering to go back to the shed behind.
Heck no, nothing at all. No.
I don't never want to see Douglas Forster. What's his middle name?
Spencer. It should be Spencer Forrester, but I don't know.
Future captain of industry. That's what I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heir apparent of all the families.
Right.
Heir apparent of all the families. That's his middle name.
Yeah.
Parent of all the families. That's
right.
So he don't
going back to that stinking ass cabin. He does not belong in that shed. No, he don't.
He belongs in the Forster mansion.
He never did. Exactly, darling. He never did. How are you gonna take? We got the Douglas, Spencer, Forrester, Maroney heir, y'all, living in a doggone east shed like he homeless.
Inhaling goddamn gas fumes from the lawnmower.
It's an insult to Stephanie Douglas' great-great-grandson or great-great-grandson. It's an insult to Caroline and Caroline's mother. It's an insult to the Spencers. It's an insult to the Forresters. You got that child being brought up in the shed like a freaking Logan. How dare they? How dare they?
Insult to John Douglas himself. Because he would not have such a thing happen to any of his heirs, especially a male. You know how bad he was looking for an heir.
Exactly.
He wanted that son so bad.
And let me tell you, I'm really hoping, because the thing is, after today, between everything that's happened between when this mess initially started and today, damn near everybody on the suspect list is 100% cleared. Okay, everybody. Donna old bubblehead ass ain't did it from the way that she acting. Bill
Mhm.
certainly hasn't done it. Liam didn't do it, and it don't look like Thomas did it. Now the one question mark is still next to Douglas's name. And Brooke, unless Brooke has a
Douglas
cognitive
and Brooke.
issue, unless
Yeah,
Brooke has a cognitive issue,
yeah.
she didn't do it.
Oh,
Well, and
So
I'm
the
God.
going with that, and I'm still thinking they're going to give her a
Me too.
cognitive issue,
Yeah.
I would
darling,
love it.
because she's still been. The doctor has the notice, and last that was Friday on her way in the plane, right? Can the
Yeah.
mhm.
doctor was trying to call her then? She keep ignoring the doctor's call,
Wait,
and
was it a
I'm
doctor
And
thinking
trying to call her?
now
it's
she erasing phone call messages. So y'all know it could be either two things. It could be them calling from CPS to tell her the case was closed, or either it could be her doctor office telling her it's imperative that she
because they
contact
found something. That's right, because they done found something on her X-rays.
You
her.
know
Yep.
what?
So
Hopefully she's
You know
menopause.
what? I just realized something. If that's the case, I know just where the hell this is going. This is gonna be like when Eric ass turned up blind.
Yeah, when he turned up blind and didn't tell nobody he's getting his eyesight back, think he gonna lose Brooke. And that's what I said today in the spaces. Yeah, honey, it could be
they're
Mm-mm-mm.
very
gonna
much like
do
that.
it. They're
I
gonna
don't
do
understand.
it
What is
because
y'all
they
talking
gotta.
about? What happened?
Oh,
Brooke
I
having a
was
cognitive issue because you see these messages still keep coming in that
But
she
what
keep
happened to Eric
ignoring.
going blind?
Oh, the going blind.
okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. In the early '90s, Eric was temporarily blind. Okay. It was very short lived, but
Yeah.
at the time that his ass went blind, Brooke was like on the verge of just flat out. It was over with them. It was
Yeah.
over with them, and she was running after Ridge ass with both hands.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, when his blindness came out, everybody was like, "Oh, poor Eric, poor Eric." So Brooke decided to stay with him because of the blindness. But the problem was, he got his sight back pretty damn quick, and then
Yep.
he proceeded to conceal it by pretending that he was still blind because he didn't want to lose Brooke, but was all over town doing God knows what, this, that, and the other, and the third, reading shit when he can't see nothing, and people was catching him left and right in his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Child,
Very much
stop
how
it. He
Stephanie
was
did when
that
she.
pathetic.
Yeah, very
Girl,
much how
yes.
it was
The
kind of
patriarch.
similar how what Stephanie had lost her memory, but didn't nobody know she had her memory back. She concealed it, trying to get Eric to see her in a different light. Yeah, it's kind of similar to them two storylines
Yeah,
put
I don't
together.
that's
even
what my
remember that one. Y'all
that's
better
my
speak on
guess.
it, cause y'all know I don't go. I can go. I don't went decades without watching both.
Yeah, it was a whole mess because it was like, really, Eric?
So
Really?
y'all think that hussy gonna use her illness to hold on to her destiny?
Oh yeah, honey, she's trying to
Listen,
She didn't did it
and
with
she's dealing
charm.
with
She
let me
didn't
tell
did it
y'all
with her
something.
ussy. Why
Let me
wouldn't
tell
she
y'all
do it with
something.
an illness?
I just need to get this out. If I get back to Brooke
that.
being where she supposed to be, the outside running and chasing and begging for Ridge while he is happily married to Taylor, or even I don't even care if he half-ass married to Taylor. I want to see Brooke chasing his ass like where she supposed to be. That's where she belongs. On the outside looking in, she's a dirty loper.
Exactly.
They
She's an
don't have
interloper.
nothing to their name except from what they cashed in with their coochies. So she's supposed to be on the outside looking in. Hope
Yes.
shouldn't know what it's like. Shouldn't be saying what's the big deal about being a foster. She should have been having to live like a goddamn sharp all her life, but she didn't.
Hmm.
So now she don't know. But that's
Yeah,
all I
that's
got
why
to
I
say
think
exactly.
they're
about that.
going back to her to Brooke being the interloper,
Yeah, I
as
hope
she
so.
should have been.
Yep.
I'm here for it. I can watch
It
that for
feel
10
like it.
years. I can watch that for 10 years.
Yeah, because it was fun watching that like that because that's how it started out. But also I feel like it's good because it seemed like the baton that Stephanie had dropped leaving the show, and they got rid of Stephanie's character. I am very much seeing her grandchildren and possibly this great grand, her namesake, picking up the baton and carrying it on for her.
And he
Well,
ain't
Stephanie has already started, Ken. She has already been putting her foot down.
We've been seeing
Go
Stephanie
ahead. Go ahead.
really just grow into Stephanie Douglas, which is why I am wondering and waiting for them to go ahead on and officially call her Stephanie. You
Yeah,
know?
but you know what? Stephanie, Mrs. Finnegan, she maybe got her heels in their neck and keeping it in their throat. But you know, Thomas, he kicking them when they down too, cause
He was
he pulling
today.
up,
He was
he
kicking
pulling
his
up the
grip.
punches today, looking
He
at
was
Donna.
exactly. He was telling Donna whatever the hell she needed to say. He was trying to be respectful to his grandpa because it was
Mhm.
husband. He's like, no, I don't like that bitch, and I'm not gonna act like I do.
It was so funny.
He was like, no. And the part that had me dying was when he was like, well, yes, I know Brooke will be hurt, but she's strong and
He's
she'll get through this,
resilient.
and she'll find another man anyway. I I killed myself laughing because how many times have
Yes,
we sat through Brooke Logan
yes,
saying that a woman was strong as she was busy trying to take her husband?
yes,
Yeah,
Oh, Macy will get over this. She's
yes.
strong. Taylor
yeah.
will get past this.
Mhm.
She's strong and she has her a dozen, 100 times.
He
A
said
He
it
per-
told
about
us
Steffi too.
Steffi is
Yeah.
resilient. She'll be
Steffi is
all right. And he
yeah,
said, well, what's she gonna be with? Oh, Bill.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
that's what we
exactly.
shipping her ass off to old sorry ass Bill that don't
Yeah,
nobody want because he ain't
No,
nothing.
not at all.
that's
You
right.
But
know what?
yes,
Can I get a
that's
well,
supposed
let
to
me
be a
mention Bill.
compliment. That's
I just
supposed
gotta
to be a compliment, though. This whole
No.
you're strong, you're
Yeah,
resilient. You're
resilient.
supposed to, yeah, you're supposed to be accepting this gracious compliment from this bitch. And
Yes.
she's up here turning your world upside down. And that's supposed to mean something. Donna's whole face was had me cackling because she was just aghast that
yeah.
Thomas would even say that. It was like, well, honey, it was good enough for y'all. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
be up here talking about how strong and resilient people are while y'all ripping their lives to shreds. Well,
Yeah,
but don't you think it's sometime y'all showed some of that same ingenuity?
Know it.
yeah.
All day.
Yes,
Y'all will be
child.
all
Let me
right.
tell y'all something. Also about Bill.
Oh, Bill, bitch ass.
Bill. So listen, we all have talked about on many occasions how Dollar Bill has essentially been nobody since he
Mm,
did his one night stand with Steffi.
Yeah.
Basically.
mhm,
Basically. And
mhm.
now we are about to see Bill coming off the shelf just in the form and manner in which he was intended. He has been
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the shelf, being
Mm-hmm.
for have essentially an unspoken rule that Bill and Steffi can't even be in the same goddamn scene.
We
Bill
Mm-hmm.
lucky they
can't
got
get
that
close
phone
enough to
call.
Steffi to smell her perfume. But exactly. And last time when she was at the hospital, he never even made it to her float.
He sure didn't.
He was
So
outside talking to
you
everybody
know
else
why
but
that
her.
is? It's because he has been on standby. He can't even be off screen with Katie off screen, living happily ever after. He had to be on standby all that time for Brooke. And now
For
his bitch
two
ass has been,
flipping years plus.
and now his bitch ass being pulled off the shelf and being handed next to Brooke like a goddamn placeholder. Our
And
Bill don't even have a character anymore. He might
it's
as well
right.
be a cardboard box.
Yeah.
This is exactly what fans mean when they
Ooh.
say Brill destroyed Bill.
Bill.
It did
Yeah.
because he is not his character. Brill was 8 years ago. 8 freaking years ago, and his character has not moved an inch. It's
No,
not moved an iota. It's actually taken
it's
quite
an
a few steps
insult.
back. Exactly. He's not allowed to truly be in love with another woman because the
Yeah.
shadow of Brooke is always there. Doesn't matter which woman it is. Doesn't matter if it's Steffi. Doesn't matter. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter if it's Katie. He is
Mm-hmm.
not allowed to truly say Brooke Logan is in my rearview mirror and my focus is on you because
Nope.
you are what I'm on. Y'all saw the preview. You saw that shit he
Yeah,
told Katie.
yeah, yeah, they
He
did.
Brooke is with Ridge.
what
And
kind of
that's a
answer is
lie.
that?
Brooke
That's a
is
That's
a
lie.
man. She's a man eater and a male killer. Like seriously, what relationship has she been in that after she's gotten out of the relationship, the guy has been successful at moving on, and being a better person.
Nope,
I mean,
it
I
hasn't
can't
happened.
name one.
I can't either. Even Nick
They died.
Barone,
You're right,
after Brooke
Queen.
Logan, he was passed around to every bitch on in the cast. He wasn't
You know
nothing
what
but
I'm saying?
yep.
Yeah, they
Ridiculous.
died. They become nobody. They become just soulless, just like Bill,
Yeah.
just
Correct.
walking around like Sam just said. He's basically a cardboard box,
He's a cardboard
an
cutout. He's
empty
not even. He's
shell. I
not
mean,
an
he
in
has
character.
nothing.
And that's
I have
sad.
no respect, no interest at all in Bill's character. I could care less if he were Brooke, because to me, I can fast forward them both at the same goddamn time. I take it. I really would. I could care less. I don't care about either one of them. I used to love Dollar Bill when Bill was Dollar Bill, when he was acting like Thomas, when he didn't care who he cussed out to their face behind their back. He said what he said and he meant it, and he made no apologies. That's the edge I'm getting from Thomas. All that's gone from Bill standing up in
Oh
front of her
yes.
at Brooks' door talking about I'm Bill, looking like a damn idiot.
Yeah,
Dollar Bill
Like
used
a
to be
fool.
smooth, sexy, and had charm, but he's standing up there. I'm Bill.
It's
Really?
actually
Doofy as
tragic.
fuck.
It's
Doofy.
tragic watching him.
Doofy. It is. And the thing is, Don Diamont has sex appeal and machismo and everything else for miles. Okay?
yeah,
If they gave him the writing to do that, he would do that
Right.
thing. Because he
He ain't
did
got the
that
right.
thing when he was on Y&R and he did it when he was here. But now, no, he is Brooke's placeholder. He is her break in case. Basically, he's a break in case of emergency dick in a glass.
yeah.
That's
Soon as when they pull
that.
Ridge,
I mean,
right. When they pull Ridge away
Damn,
from her,
darling. Damn.
I
exactly.
mean, I
They
hate to.
take
Darling, you
Ridge
hit
and
the nail
immediately
on the
place
head,
Bill
girl.
there
Say
in his
that
place.
again.
That woman
I
hasn't
mean,
even been divorced yet, and they already got spoilers teasing her with Bill. Stephanie
Yeah,
was single for years.
yeah.
exactly. That's what I mean. They put Bill. Hell no. They literally put Bill's package inside of a glass jar and inside of a glass, and on the glass they wrote "break in case of emergency" if you're Brooke Logan, and that's what he's been sitting there for this whole time. That's why he was
Yeah,
never really. That's why his
Yep.
reconciliation with Katie was so short lived. They reconciled for like 5 seconds before he was putting his lips on Brooke for the th time again.
again.
And
Yeah,
Katie said, "Okay, you know what? I done had enough of this." And then she been like, "You know what? F all of this since for 2 years straight," because that was in like March of 2020. He been trying to con Katie because that's what it is, a con job. He been trying to con Katie since March
You
of
right.
2020, since the start of COVID, to believe that he wants her, and Katie ain't hearing it because she knows that
Darling,
relationship is
darling.
only as
Who's
stable as Brooke being available.
so whose audio is messed up? Is it
Is
my
that mine?
audio?
Is it me?
I can't
Darling, I hear cracking up every time you talk. Is anybody
I
else
hear
hearing bad audio?
perfectly.
Am I
I
cracking
Uh-uh.
up?
I
No,
feel fine too.
That must be you, Sam.
How about me? Can y'all hear me okay?
we hear you
Yeah,
fine.
you are
Yeah, I
fine,
hear
crystal
you.
clear.
Okay. All right, my bad. Carry on.
Okay. But yeah, so she knows her relationship with Bill is only as stable as Brooke's availability. And that anytime that Brooke is either available or in crisis in her relationship, she gets dumped on the wayside.
Yep,
So no, so she asks him to the right question, and he gonna sit up there and lie his ass off
lying
as
straight
usual.
through his teeth. When he was
Mm,
just on Brooke House, telling her about all those sweet memories.
Well,
exactly,
technically, he's
twice.
not lying to her if he tell her, if he answer her question by saying, Brooke is married to Ridge. Katie has her answer. She shouldn't have even asked any further than that. He's
But
letting
like
her
she
know
said though,
that
up
just like
until her next crisis.
Up until her
well,
next
even
crisis.
but yeah, but he's putting it flat out that he wouldn't be there anytime if Brooke paid him any time of day. I mean, that was the answer that
He
she
the
was
Yeah.
one
not available. That's why I'm here.
pretty much, but that's the thing. He
Yeah,
won't be.
it was a bad answer, but it was the right answer, Sam. I get you.
He wasn't
Hmm.
lying. He was telling the
He
No, he
truth.
wasn't
wasn't.
lying. You're right. It was the bad answer, but
It was
it
the
was an
truth.
answer. He was telling it
Brooke
was the
married
truth.
to
That's
Ridge.
right.
I wish some fool would tell me some stupid shit like this. What? You married to, okay, what does that have to do with the price of peas? Huh? So you're telling me that that's why you're here because that other
Yes.
option is met. I mean, the
It's
fact that
unavailable. That's right.
the
That's right,
fact that we
But
are
darling.
the
Yep.
funny thing, darling, he never says she's wrong about that. He
no,
never denies her hesitation, her questioning him. He will overlook it and he will simply just deflect and he will try to go around what she's saying and never outright answer her. Even in that damn preview. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is Bill, he going back to his old tricks. And see, here it is. They had us thinking. Well, I was thinking they was trying to grow his character. And now
Right.
it
oh,
just looks like
we
he
all
been
fell
put
for it.
back in that stupid old bubble. And that wasn't interesting to watch. It was very unflattering and I didn't like watching Bill die.
No, me neither. It's why, but it's also why everybody checked out of any possibility of Bill Lee. Um, when they had that damn lunch at the Olive Garden after
Yeah.
he was just finished licking
Brooks
Brooke's feet,
boots.
and it
Yep.
was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
oh no, we are not gonna sit here and even pretend to entertain this any longer. When he just finished licking Brooks' feet,
The
I mean,
seat
he
was
Yeah.
still warm.
the
The
seat was
seat the seat he was sitting in, licking her boots, was still hot from his ass when he
Yeah.
sat back
exactly.
down on it to spit game at Queen Lee. Trash.
Yeah.
Exactly. A woman who
Garbage.
just got rid of a fine ass man who was a damn cad. So you trying to
Mhm.
tell me, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If we out
Yeah.
here overlooking men and they doggish ass behavior, if Ted King can't get a pass for this Sheila bullshit, damn sure she don't need to be bothered with Bill and his bullshit. If he's still up here, at least you could say Jack ain't had nothing to do with Sheila in decades.
Right.
Bill is up here still with his nose planted so firmly in Brooks' ass. It's not even funny.
Well,
Mhm.
No,
if you get the whole
mm-mm,
story that you ain't with your ex-wife and the mother of your baby, your youngest child, because you keep fucking her sister, that's not
Yeah.
an entryway that any woman is going to go by which to say, maybe I can clean him up and dress him up. Oh,
Hell
no,
no. Hell
no,
no.
no.
And
He's
then
not
even
that
it
guy.
didn't make it so bad. They haven't even been sexual in what 8 years. It's the whole point that he is still having all of these like wants. Like it's so like you get yourself in these predicaments to where you align yourself to be in a place where you can do those things again. That's the whole
Right.
notion
Because
that
you know
worries
why? You
Katie.
know what? You right, can. You right. Because you know what? That is not human for a
That's not.
individual to still be obsessing over an ex for
Yeah.
8 years.
It's
Yeah.
unhealthy.
hmm
That no,
I mean,
that's not
because Brooke,
unhealthy. That's
because
unheard of. You
well,
It
no,
you
because
is.
that's the thing.
Especially
Brooke and
somebody that was like Bill before he married Katie in the beginning, a class, world renowned bachelor who had a woman in different area codes, and
Yep.
he is resorting back to the
But he
primo
can't get
the
right.
primo home. Come
exactly
He can't
because
on,
do
man.
didn't
that.
Brooke well
And
wait because didn't Brooke and Bill divorce in 2017 after he punched Liam in his snot locker?
yep.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so so she dumped him in 2017. It's 2022. How in the freaking hell? That's 5 whole years. eight
Yeah.
Yep.
years since the mess started, but at least 5 years since the only thing you've been able to do, bro, is kiss her ass twice, and you
And
still this thirsty makes me sick.
they
Yeah.
won't even let Bill have a period of time on the back burner while Katie is on the back burner, pretending that Katie, Bill, and Will is living a happy life. They couldn't
Correct.
even give that. They had to make sure that every storyline, end and beginning, that Bill is set aside for Brooke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's why,
Because
I mean,
because Nick ain't on script. You
listen,
gotta
and
have
it's
somebody
like,
like Nick.
I mean, give him to Brooke. I mean, that's what the only reason. Give him to Brooke so Don Diamond can get some screen time. That's all I got to say about it.
You
Yeah.
guys, I still
Brill is disgusting, but give Bill to Brooke with where he belongs because he has no other place. Clearly, he has no other purpose.
What was you finna say, Bubbles?
I know y'all don't believe this, but I still feel like Brooke and Bill is a red herring.
Oh no, I agree with you.
Oh
It
yeah, they
is.
are.
It's the herring to make everyone think that this is what Brooke's default is. Because here's the thing, Brooke Logan, who is dumped, because everybody can attest to this, who has watched this show any length of time and has watched Brooke go through the mess of losing a man. Granted, nobody in recent history may be aware of what she looks like when she loses a man. Go back 10, 20 years ago when Brooke loses a man in any circumstance, but especially to another woman, shit gets ugly fast. All of her insecurities, all of her inability to accept that she feels this sense of inadequacy that swallows her alive. It's how she ended up in bed with Deacon in the first place.
But
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Brooke loses out on a man, she takes a turn for the worst, and she usually does something even worse. Because
Yeah,
what
and it's
happens
but
gotta be against somebody in her family.
but
always.
So that's how
this
we gonna
time,
get Brim.
this
Yep.
time I think it's gonna be medical though. I still think that Brooke is got some medical issue. I don't think she gonna be well. If she got a medical issue, it's gonna be after she fucked Liam. Gonna be found out after she fucked Liam.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Precisely.
That's
Because
gonna
you
be
Hmm.
can't
But
leave
are they
her.
gonna use the
the
medical issue to wipe clean everything? So that
Right.
might be when they throw Liam in there.
Yeah, because you know she got it. She can't be unclean without
They'll
some
white.
type
That's what they'll whitewash it. Yeah, they'll claim that the illness gives her carte blanche, and every cast member, concluding Thomas and Steffi, will give her their blessing. Yeah, I mean that's what they would do, but at least it would be better than her. Well, but if we get
She wasn't
Liam,
crazy when she pushed Thomas off that damn cliff. And she
she
sure wasn't
crazy
crazy
all the
when she
time.
called that alley lawyer to get these papers doctored up to have Thomas' son stolen from him. And she sure wasn't crazy when she told her daughter, hey, don't sit up there and tell that you almost killed Thomas. I got your secret. I'm going to show you how to lie. Yeah, she
but
wasn't crazy.
what they gonna do, Can, is they're gonna go back far enough for Ridge to be able to discount and take back and feel terrible about walking out on her for Taylor, because they're gonna go as far back so they can excuse her most recent behavior. And I'm thinking they're probably gonna go for as far back as 2019, 2018 when it started.
And
When
I
she
bet
started with
you,
the theft of Douglas. That way he can forgive her. Because, all of that went down with Shauna during that time. The Bill kids, all of that scandal is to relieve her and
honey,
put Ridge in a situation. Now, does he really love Taylor like he say he does with this new information? Will he stay with her? That's where they want to go.
let me find out they try to retcon all this shit all the way back to Quinn slapping the shit out of her.
I'm
You know what?
telling
She was seething at the
Crazy.
mouth. Remember how she was seething at the mouth
She
before
was
Quinn slapped the
She
foaming.
shit
was,
out of her?
she was rabid
She was
up
going
in Eric's living room when
crazy.
Quinn slapped the shit out of her in early 2020.
She
Baby,
was
she
like
act like she
possessed.
got a reboot when she after she got
I'm
up off
gonna
that
tell them
floor.
about all your crazy.
Yes, you know she did it again. She did it to Steffi about the budget increase money, and she did it to Shauna. Remember, she went to Shauna's apartment and attacked her and slapped her in Shauna's apartment, and then
She
kept right back
did.
into her after
Shauna
she
was like,
slapped her.
"What the hell wrong with your wife?" I remember that.
She was raging just like a psychotic, just like she was with Quinn. Brooke does
Mm-hmm.
that to all the women, but the men look at her and all they see is a little sex kitten. But that
Yeah.
whore is horrible to
Oh,
all
she's
Mm.
women.
following her heart. She has a good heart. She
I wouldn't
loves.
call her a whore.
She's this. She's that.
Following her heart, my look.
Oh
I
yeah,
think we about all sick.
when she
Yeah,
follows her heart, she always hurt folks.
I
So
think that
she
we
ain't
have
got no heart.
sufficiently. I think we have sufficiently nailed her ass to the wall. How about that?
I think so. I believe so. Because the thing is, if she goes there and does the unthinkable, she they have to have an out for her, because I don't think one, it's enough to think that the show could even comprehend writing this story. Okay, that's enough right there. But for them to write this story with no exit strategy on how to
Mhm.
redeem Brooke or how to get her out of this, uh-uh. I don't
See,
think they that bold.
I don't think they're gonna go far as back as 2017, 2018. I think they're gonna go far as back as to say um
New
the why
Year's
did I
Eve.
drink?
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I
Drink
don't
out of
think
date.
that they're
Yeah.
gonna go all the way back to excuse all her behavior. Although it would be very funny if that is the reason. Like that slap was the slap heard around the world.
Ooh, child. That slap was enough to knock some marbles loose.
Yeah, honey, she got up off the floor.
She ain't been slept like that in a good long time.
Oh,
She needed, honestly, it seemed like Brooke needed a slap like that at least every 2 to 3 years
Yeah.
for
Okay.
her
yeah,
to
her
get.
mainframe get a little jarred. You know, she got to get a little slap like you used to do on TVs back in the day with the rabbit ears, hit it upside the
But you know, darling, I'm telling you, you said it in the yard a couple of weeks ago. Brooke has been running around an unchecked bitch for the
Yes,
last couple of years, for too
she
long now,
has.
And she bold, baby. She felt like she just what she been saying the last couple of months. I will not allow it. Like, bitch,
Exactly. She is literally up here trying to control people's life. And the part
you
that's the part that's the most crack part is that if Douglas is the one who did this, which I really do hope he is,
Me too.
because
Mhm.
it means that they did not throw Thomas under the bus. Even if Thomas finds out and covers for Douglas, I can
Yeah,
accept that. Because at
Yep.
yeah,
the end of the day, that's him doing what a parent does, trying to protect their child.
that's right.
Okay, I can deal with that. I just can't deal with them having Thomas had been done this shit out of the blue when he has no reason to do something this silly and this stupid when he has the advantage
Yeah,
already. But if
Exactly.
but if Douglas is the one who did it, when I say that this is 1,000% her karma, it is
yeah,
Yep.
because not
sure
just
is.
not just because she was the one whose whole idea it was for Hope to have legal rights over the child. She the one started that shit
Yep.
yeah,
from the
She
from the
sure
ground
did.
floor up. But
Sure
because
is.
Thomas passed that comment when him and Brooke were having that conversation while he was peeling apples with that damn knife about
yeah.
how
I
when he was
heard
a
the
kid,
things you
he
said
heard the things you said. You don't think
That's
that
right.
does something to a
to a
child? It
kid.
does.
Yep.
That
Mm-hmm.
means that odds are Douglas heard something at some
Yes,
point that he
Yep.
never should
That's
have
right.
heard.
And he
yes,
didn't
That's
like it.
right,
He
darling.
yes.
didn't
Because I
like it.
remember Sam asked that a couple of days in a row. Like, well, who was Thomas referring to? Was he talking about the current storyline, Douglas, or
Or
him when
himself.
he
And
was
he
a
was
child?
referring to himself. When he
You
was a
know,
child, he heard the bullshit Brooke would say about him behind his back. And
that's
he
right.
said, how do you think that makes a little kid feel? And
Yep.
and if Douglas heard that, and maybe Douglas heard Liam Hope and Brooke talking shit about his dad before. You don't
Exactly.
know, but Henry Joseph Samiri is going to have a bold live coming up in, what is it, 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, next week, not this week.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Wait,
So,
wait. It was Lawrence, and
Sheila
then
is last. I think Sheila
no,
is
next week.
last.
This week is supposed to be
John McCook.
John,
McCook.
and
Yeah,
next
John
week is
McCook.
supposed to be Henry.
Exactly. That's right.
so
In two
this is
weeks, we
what I'm
got him.
thinking, guys. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this upcoming spoiler where Thomas is going to admit to something, hopes, admit or either tell something to Hope. I'm thinking he is going to tell her that Douglas used the voice app and
Yep.
pretended to be Brooke, and he held on to it because of, blah, 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 and go into the reasoning. I'm really thinking that's what it is. I don't think he's going to break his father's confidence and tell her that they actually heard Brooke on on the caller ID with
Yeah.
Walter. I don't think he would do that because they know that man's job is on the line and it can go either way. The shit can blow up and backfire, especially because we can't trust Hope. Hope would be to run it to Brooke and ran a mouth and then it just be a big mess.
Right, because
So
Then
anything.
also, you could be Sanchez. It could be Douglas have been talking to his daddy, and
uh,
he's been confiding and telling his dad that this is what they told me to do back on New Year's Eve. I was supposed to forget everything that happened. And this is the reason why they wanted me to come back home that night. It wasn't because I had something to do. It could be a lot of different things that went on in that house that he heard
Well,
and that he,
yeah. Well, I've always believed, Ken, that him and Douglas have been having a lot of off-screen conversations,
Mhm.
and I really do believe that conversation that when Thomas was tearing in the Brooke ass, going back to that apple cutting scene. I really do believe he could have been talking about both himself and Douglas, because
Yeah,
we
me
know
too.
when Thomas got him out the cabin, he told Hope that Douglas told him he feel like he's being overlooked.
Yep.
We know that Douglas and Thomas have a relationship. He always talks to his dad. Thomas was the one that can see that something was wrong with him after they all that gaslighting Brooke was doing to him, and she made him lie. Thomas was the one who got it out of Douglas.
It
So
was.
I believe that upcoming spoiler could possibly be Thomas saying, listen, I got to be honest, because I told you I'm going to be honest with you no matter what. Douglas made this call because, first of all, Hope, she stood up there about 2 episodes ago and said that she's not worried about Douglas because she's talked to her son. She's gave him the information. He knows what to do if he's in danger, if he feels like, Thomas is doing something wrong to him. I've also contacted the school. So I know my son he know the people to call. In case he's feeling hurt or scared or confused, whatever. Hope established that. So with that information, I'm gonna go back to Thomas gonna tell Hope Douglas made the call, pretended to be your mother because he was scared. He heard your mother yelling at me, and he told me this wasn't the first time. He's also heard Liam on many occasions threatening me. So, because you've taught him to be such a smart and wonderful little boy, if he feels scared, what to do? So, he felt like calling CPS was the right thing to do.
Yep. There you go.
Now
Now
they
you.
can come in and do their little investigation and tell the world that his father's okay, close the case, and they can move on with their life.
I
Yep.
don't know, because here's the thing. The way that they set up the spoilers for this week, they didn't give us dates for everything. Like, we have solid dates for what's happening on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We didn't have, the only solid thing we had for today was that Henry would be back. So they had three spoilers that I'm thinking two of the other two are going to play out tomorrow. Well, they just had them as next week spoilers, but they didn't have days ones. So Ridge gives an important update about his life to his children. That was today because he told Steffi and Thomas that him and Taylor were back together. Okay.
You
So
see
the
who?
next two.
I love
Hmm?
that. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so the next two spoilers are Steffi worries about what Brooke arrival means for Taylor. That's definitely tomorrow
Yeah.
because Brooke and Ridge are now outside talking with him telling her whatever the hell he gonna tell her, short of telling her the truth about what he thinks he knows at this point. And then the other one is Thomas makes a confession to Hope. So that's happening tomorrow, most likely.
You know
Thomas
what I
So
makes it.
think?
No, wait a minute.
He could
Okay.
he could be confessing that his parents are back together.
yeah, because that's the thing. Enough time hasn't passed. If that spoiler was out, say next week, I would think maybe it could be about the CPS call. But I think the confession that he makes to Hope, if it's tomorrow, because it's sandwiched in between today and Wednesday, because Wednesday is we're getting back to Shecon somewhat. So
I
that
can't
at the
wait.
latest, that Thomas makes a confession to Hope spoiler is either tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest.
Yeah, and I doubt it has anything to do about the CPS call. They're gonna ride that CPS call out for a while. Hopefully, it is Douglas because
Yeah.
I just can't deal with Thomas being thrown under the bus. But do I love shady ass Thomas that told Donna to her face today that no, he didn't think much of her sister, and
Oh,
then he wasn't gonna lie about it. I mean, what do you want me to lie?
Honey, I told Squirrel when he said that, no, I'm not. And Eric was like, Thomas, he was like, what the fuck? You want me to lie about this shit? Because
Exactly.
Exactly.
know we don't
Yeah.
like this hoe. We've been telling y'all our whole lives we don't like this hoe that sidetracked our daddy from our family. Why is
Exactly.
it brand new that I don't like this hoe? Do you not remember me agreeing and going along with my grandmama's plan to get this hoe
Yep.
out the family for 25 shares, which my grandmama pulled the rug out from under me at the last minute? But bitch, I was down then. What you talking about? You
Did
can't
you think
Right.
anything changed since then? Really?
like
Especially after all Brooke has done. I mean, come on. She threw the man off a cliff.
right.
Her daughter threw him in some acid, and Brooke was fine to just let everybody assume that he was a missing person once his bones dissolved in the acid.
Oh
Because
well.
This
he's a
woman
chemist.
drew
I'm a
up
chemist, and
papers
I
to
know
take
that
his
that's what
child from
happened.
him. This woman is doing everything she can to rip his child from him yet again. And
Yeah.
dump ass Eric sits up there looking at him like he's strange for saying he can't stand her. What the
That's
hell
right.
is wrong with Eric Forrester?
That's right.
Everything.
Look,
And
they need to be doing some type of compensation. It is about time for them to be waging if he's still competent. I
Because you
mean,
remember they had to do that when he was sitting up there and locked in that motel with Sheila. They had to do a competency exam on him before. It's about time they
it's
redo it,
about
Ken Ken.
time for another
One thing,
surgery.
I
it's about
don't
time for a
know.
damn checkup.
I don't know what's wrong with. I mean, let's be honest. We know what's wrong with Eric. Eric, and like he said, he was like,
He
I'm a
knee
big
deep in
supporter
he
of Brooke.
balls deep in
I'm
honey.
like,
That's what's wrong with him,
I'm like,
darling.
shut. I'm like, Eric, if you don't shut the hell up, you're sitting. And here's the thing: we already know that there's nothing can be done to reform Eric. Okay, it's why I'm a
Hmm.
firm believer that they don't never need to match Eric with not another female on this
Mm,
on the canvas
thank you.
ever again in life, because his nose is wide open for anybody whose last name is Logan and he can't see past that. So don't be wasting
Hmm.
no more female characters times on his ass if that's the way it is. Fine, if y'all like it, we love it. Leave his ass where he is, please and thank you.
Thank you.
So but for him to stand up there, you're talking. Who are you talking to, Eric? You were talking to your grandson. You were
Yeah,
talking to Ridge and Taylor's son.
that's
Did
right.
you really, honestly expect Taylor's son to
Right.
stand here and tell you that yes, I'm fully supportive of Brooke and my dad's marriage over my
Right,
father
right,
being with my mother. How high are you,
right,
old man?
right.
Eric
What
is
in
dumb.
that honey
You
you
know,
been licking?
Eric
The
is
woman who's been coming
officially
for his mother, for his father, their entire childhood, relentlessly. That's all him and
Working.
Steffi
Thomas
and
described it as
Phoebe
working.
saw.
Thomas
Eric is
described it
on
as
a
working.
Jonestown drip. Fuck drinking the Kool-Aid. He is on the drip.
But see,
He
listen, last week when Sam said that Eric was Team Taylor, I was like, because Eric has a Logan, he got a Brooke proxy in the house. He's gonna always every man that's with a Brooke proxy will leave that proxy if Brooke was to say, hey, um, Eric has dementia.
Yeah,
Yeah, Eric is a mess.
he did. Yeah,
The way he looked at Thomas, like he was shocked that Thomas was
yeah,
saying the things he was saying. It's like, do you even know your grandson?
Do you
Do
hear
you
yeah.
even
yourself,
know your
sir?
granddaughter? Would you be shocked to hear Steffi say what she's saying? Eric is proving himself. I mean, they were doing so well with Eric the patriarch. But now, as
Yes.
soon as they put the Logan brain in him, it's like he's no good for us. I mean, I don't even want Thomas and
I don't
Douglas
know.
there anymore at this
Where was
point.
this Eric when they was having them dinners?
That
Exactly.
exactly.
He
That's
saw Taylor sitting up
exactly.
there and all
But
hugged up.
is this the only time we get this Eric when Ridge is not around? Cause he's saying this shit when Ridge be canoodling and smelling on Taylor's perfume.
See,
And he
And another
Donna was
thing,
only at one of them parties. Donna wasn't at both of the parties. Donna was at
yeah,
that first party,
right.
and
But Hope was at the
I mean,
table.
But he did it
I'm just
in the
willing
first
to give.
party.
I was willing to give Eric the benefit of the doubt and say that he was gonna say, you know what, I'ma just
I'm gonna
stay
stay
out of
neutral.
this.
Yes,
I'ma just not be involved. I'ma just, let these grown ass people. I'm a great grandfather. They all
Right,
grandmas and
right.
grandpas. So I'm gonna let these grown ass people handle their business themselves and stay right out of it. I was
Es-
gonna give him that credit,
But
Especially
but
considering that
that was
he
too kind.
just cheated on his own wife and chose
thank you.
Clearly. Say that.
no.
that's why him and Donna standing there looking so aghast at Thomas made me sick. I'm like, excuse me, y'all was playing. What was y'all doing 6 months ago?
Right.
Pickleball?
Donna was
What?
pouring honey on Quinn's husband's saggy, hairy balls. That's
Oh
what she
God,
was doing. That's what Donna was doing 6 months
At
ago.
the family,
She was
Sam,
at
joy,
the
you gonna have to
local
give
beach
us a
club at
visual,
that.
Sam.
and
Did
she
not.
sits
Sam,
there today with her mouth wide open, aghast.
You know
And
what?
Thomas had the
You know what?
audacity.
I really could have went the rest of my night
they
without
not
the
even balls
visual saying,
anymore, Sam. They just big grape. They just big sagging grapefruits. I'm telling y'all, I didn't work nursing homes. When they that age, then they knocking at the knees. That's disgusting. We do not want that mental picture.
y'all
But
have
look
to
at her.
go
She
there.
hugged up on him. She was even creeping behind closed doors with him,
Ah,
taking all
oh
sneaking around once a week on
my
Wednesdays
God.
with him. A whole nother woman husband that
Yeah.
take heart medicine at night.
Oh
She
gosh.
pouring
Yeah.
honey on it. Child.
Oh,
You know what?
baby.
But she got the nerve to stand there with her mouth open. I gasped. You need to go stand in a corner. And I mean face
I
the corner.
need
You ought not have
I need
enough
to throw some
pride
water
to
on
stand up
Sam.
and speak.
Cool her off. Cause her tongue is doing too much for me. I
That's why Thomas said. That's why he put that foot down. He buried his foot in that open mouth too. He buried it in it today. So I was
Listen,
happy about it.
I can't
Is
wait for
that?
Thomas to get a hold of Brooke. Thomas ain't dragged Brooke yet, has he?
Not since it
Oh well,
happened,
you know
no.
what? Here's the thing. You know how it is on this show, y'all. When somebody lose a man, the people who the happiest about the man being lost got to go take a victory lap. So
Yes,
mm,
the
yeah, Brooke
Logans.
is So yes, and usually that's Logan's who do that.
Usually
Yes,
that's
Now
Brooke with
usually it's
yes.
Logan
Brooke.
somewhere without knocking.
right.
Hmm. And so yes, I'm pretty sure, but based on the extended spoilers, Brooke is gonna be trying to knock her head and figure out what on earth could have happened. It's like Bubba said, this is gonna be the new "Why Did I Drink?" until the CPS shit comes to the
It
surface.
will be. It will be. And you know what? And darling, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not accepting that because Bridge said on the scene today, it's all of it. Okay, it's everything. It's Bill.
Mhm.
It's Deacon. It's everything. You hear what I'm saying? It was the whole freaking
Mhm.
tragic of a marriage, that destiny bullshit. And I want to hear some more of that tomorrow. So it doesn't matter at this point. To me, it doesn't matter who called CPS. The fact that she threatened to
Mm.
call CPS on his son, the fact that she's been in overdrive, running around like a Karen on steroids for the last couple of weeks, that should be enough. You hear what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Let's bring it all the way back to
Mhm.
Drinkgate. That's actually how long, darling, that Ridge has been contemplating his marriage since he walked out
True.
when she came over there in Deacon's when he was fighting Deacon in that little broom closet. That's how
Mhm.
long Ridge has been checked out. So if Brooke can't figure out why her husband then walked out on a damn, I mean, it must be a damn mental health issue because she don't think all that she has done is enough.
And
You know what
wait,
I'm saying?
and the two things that I would have my mouth wide open today. One, first of all, aside from the fact that I was happy Thomas was really real with Eric and Donna. Oh, that old bastard and his little honey bunny thought they was slick when Thomas was telling them that, I got some news to tell you that you're not gonna like it. My parents are back together, and Eric burst up. Oh, so Brooke didn't get up there in time, and Donna was like, Eric, it's like, oh, y'all was trying to keep that on the low low. That Brooke was on
Mhm.
her way on her broomstick up there to start some shit. I'm like,
It wouldn't have
uh huh.
mattered. Yeah.
No, it wouldn't have, but it's like I'm like, oh, y'all think y'all slick,
Yep.
keeping quiet to help Brooke out. Well, that was a whole bag of nothing, so that's good for you. That and two, when Brooke finally showed up and caught Ridge outside after he went outside to take a walk and I guess contemplate the lightness of being now that he's not with his wife no more, apparently. And Brooke showed up and she was like, I don't care what kind of promises you made. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
bitch, why don't you
You
care?
can
What is
undo it.
wrong
You
with
can
you?
undo it.
You can undo it. Whatever
But
you
she never
basically,
cared. She
I'm
never
like,
Pathetic.
cared about matrimony and none shit like that.
I'm like, wait, this man done told you that basically you're done, that y'all are over with, and that he's going to be well. Actually, I'm gonna correct myself because no, he didn't actually say we're done. The first thing he told her, which is always gonna bug me somewhat, is that me and Taylor are back together. Okay, fine, you and Taylor are back together, but aren't you forgetting something, sir? You gotta tell her that y'all are over with. You're doing these things out of order. You're saying
Hmm.
you have moved on, that you're moving on, you're going on. But before you even tell Brooke, and the thing that cracked me up is like, how did you even know I was here? I'm like, bruh, your ass is not that slick. If you wanted to me move incommunicado, you should have took a flu commercial. You
No, she asked
you
him, "What you doing here, Ridge?" And he said, "What are you doing
What are
here?"
you do? Which honestly
What you?
I
Yeah.
can't stand Brooke, but it was a legit question. It was a legit question. You cannot be and that should have told her ass right then and there that this whole thing is gonna go south. That if your husband done sneaked off and left the whole damn state, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" She gotta say, "What are you doing here? You asking me?" What's your ass doing here? And he busts out, well, Taylor and I are back together. Like, bruh, you're back. Okay, you're saying this to your wife. You're telling your lawfully wedded wife, as far as we know at this point, that you're
Yeah, that
back
ain't his
together
wife.
with your ex-wife. I'm like, hey, are you listening to yourself, sir?
But we got to put that in perspective, though. If we color that page, Ridge left Brooke in March after she defended Deacon after he forgave her for kissing Deacon. Ridge took off his ring in March.
Yep.
Ridge moved out of that house in March.
Yep.
Hmm.
Ridge never put his ring back on.
Nope.
Hmm.
Ridge moved only back into her house after she broke her ankle
That's right.
and has
Still
not
haven't
had
recommitted.
sex with
That's
her
right.
all that time. And even since he moved into the broken ankle, has not put on his wedding ring.
That's
So
right.
Show
it's
ain't.
not as
Show ain't.
simple as Ridge just ghosted his wife one day while she was making dinner, while he
Yeah.
was off making other plans.
Thank
Fact.
you.
It was
Fact.
Thank you,
more to
Sam.
that because that marriage was not getting back on track like she thought. Ridge
Nope.
was just growing more and more and more confused.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
He
he's
Exactly.
did
It's
nothing.
and you
To,
forgot they have not reconnected
well, I
since
well,
said
see,
that
but that's the
they
November.
thing.
messed up throughout the whole thing. So this is not some shocker out of the blue. You know why? Because
Right.
when Brooke heard about it, she knew immediately that her husband was leaving her. That's why
Mhm.
she got that on that jet to ask
That's
him.
right.
Yep.
This wasn't out of the blue and left field. She knew her husband was gone.
Yep. Yep. That's why
If
she had. That's
I
why she popped her
y'all
ass on
know,
the plane this time.
I'm gonna be very blunt with y'all. Y'all know I don't have no patience for Brooke Hoe ass. Y'all know that. But no, I'm sorry. I can't go with that. I can't go with that on this one because no, at the end of the day, he's the asshole who's married to her. That's his mistake. That is his mistake. And if he has been too chicken shit, because that's part of what the problem is here, okay? Ridge has been too chicken shit to make the decision he should have been made. Okay, with both women on both sides asking him flat out, what the hell do you want? What do you want to talk about it? Do you want to do this, do that? Not just Brooke, but Taylor too. He's been existing in this limbo by his own choice
Hey, but
of
listen
not
now.
But
making a
But the
choice.
question wasn't whether or not Ridge ain't shit, because that's a unanimous. No, he
No,
ain't
he
shit.
ain't
The
shit.
question was, is this something out of the blue for Brooke? No,
that's
this
right.
is not
That's
her
right.
husband just ghosting her over dinner. She knows what time it is. She knows what time it is. The man hasn't worn his ring in months. He hasn't touched her. This is so yes, Ridge is wrong because he is married and he is off and he's leaving his wife and he's making plans to move on with his life while he's technically married. Yes, that is wrong.
That's right.
Okay. But
Can
is it
I just say that I told you Taylor was gonna get Regis Petey Bird virginity and not his wife? That's
you got me so many bubbles.
Yes, you did, Bubbles. Yes,
I
you
knew it.
did. You sure
I knew
did.
it, Bubbles. I was right there
You're
along with
correct
you.
about that. Brooke
I
sure ain't getting
knew
it.
Ridge was gonna
We was
hold
saving
on
it for her.
to it. But I'm with Sam on this one, darling. I'm with Sam.
Yeah, I am too.
It's not like Ridge has been sitting up here, playing the good husband role with Brooke. So like this some shit was out the blue. He's had one foot out the door. So either Brooke is in denial, and I mean some strong denial, or either she has a cognitive issue. And another thing too, darling, would you have accepted it if Ridge just as soon as they brought Taylor back in December and he just walked out on Brooke like right then and there on a whim because of the whole Deacon thing? To me, it's logical that it took him this long because he's been
Mhm.
married to this woman for a very
That's
long time. And
correct.
he's been contemplating what he wants to do for a long time. He's actually been getting his shit together. So, like that
Hmm.
Thursday episode with him in Aspen with Taylor, like he told her, but this is different, Taylor, because I haven't been waffling. And he
Yep.
hasn't been because he
Nope.
hasn't been going home to Brooke,
Nope.
making love to her, cooking and eating dinner with her. Like that
Hmm.
night, that dinner he had with Taylor when Steffi intercepted the call. When he got home late and he left early, each time he didn't wake her up to say, "Hey, baby, I'm sorry I'm late." And when he got up that morning, he didn't say, "Baby, here's breakfast. I know I came in late last night, but here you go, my destiny. I've made breakfast." He hasn't done any of that. He has been getting it together for himself, in his head, who he wants to be with, and questioning his love for Brooke. So
Yes.
that's what we've been seeing it. And I like the fact that it took him a long time because anything else to me, it just would have been on the whim, and it would have been then he would have realized, you know what, I moved too fast with Taylor. I acted on a whim, I acted out of anger because I was angry with Brooke. But Ridge has been taking his time. He go home and listen to Brooke bullshit, nonsense, destiny, and making dinner plans and all of that. Those awkward moments when she trying to kiss him and he just sitting there looking at her.
You know
We've
what?
had
You are exactly right, Sanchez. I don't mean to cut you off, but can we dig into this a little bit further? Because if y'all really want to get technical, he's actually been contemplating leaving
for a
Brooke
very long
since
time. Yeah,
Shauna. Let's go into what like Simone saying in the comments. Since Shauna, look how easily and how fast he was able to just up and move and hijack his whole life and go and marry somebody else. Like literally, he's been seeking and finding reasons to be resolved of this woman and her issues. My thing is Taylor coming back, change the game. That's it. That's all.
he would have stayed. The thing is, though, can even with the Shauna thing, that was Brooke again. Brooke was feeling confident in herself
Right,
because she
right.
took
But
her
see,
ring off and told him if he didn't side with her, it was over.
yeah,
And when she sent the divorce papers, he signed them.
yeah.
Like,
That's what.
okay, I
But
don't
what
give a
that's what
damn.
I'm saying. But
Yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying. She's been acting out in this manner since then. The only difference is Taylor is a whole new ball game.
that's right. That's
She's
the
a whole
that's
new
the
ball
real
game.
love of his life.
Right, and she know this. So she not finna play them same schoolhouse games that she was playing when she was pulling her ring off about Shauna and that shit. Cause she knows Shauna ain't got much pull yet. So my whole thing is when Taylor came in, it was like, oh hell no. I'm finna be on my very best behavior. And she ain't. But it's been very low key. Like she been like saying her little snide remarks, but it hasn't been so forthcoming, like so where it's just like blatant in your face. But that, she not in the same mindset. She don't feel like she got the upper hand because she knows she doesn't.
Yeah, I really think because remember those scenes Can we was having when Hope was even questioning her mother? Because we had
Hmm.
a lot of those too when she was like, Mama Ridge not tripping about the Deacon, the photo that I put up on IG
Right.
with Deacon.
And
He's
she
not
trying to get
he's
her
not accepting he's not mentioning anything about the kiss.
hand. Hmm.
And Brooke, she was, oh no, me,
Ridge and I
we're
will be
solid.
fine.
Yeah,
Ridge
Yeah,
Reg
and
and
I will
I
be
will be
fine.
fine. Yeah,
yeah.
I just
She was
need to
covering
talk
it
to
up.
Ridge.
that's
Hmm.
right. I just need to talk to Reg. Reg and I do better when we cut off the world. And it's like, Brooke, baby, your marriage has been crumbling for a while. What in the hell wrong with you? I need you to snap out of it. So either she's, like I said, she's in hell of denial, or she just that, she really feel like she got a gold ball between her legs. Which if she did, Rich hadn't had it. He ain't sniffed it in since March, as Sam said. So we know you haven't been able to put the sex on him and then say you're my destiny and then everything because he don't want it. He's been refusing it. So what in the hell wrong
Say
with
that.
Brooke?
Say that one more time, lady.
No, I have to agree with SB Ryder. The fact that Brooke has not been able to see that her marriage has been on life support for months, me is because of her ego.
Her ego, yeah,
That's true.
That's what
I
I'm
do
could
agree with
saying.
be
that.
hella ego or in denial.
Taylor told she can't be in she Taylor told her.
Yeah,
Taylor told her sitting down in a civil conversation.
Hmm.
Your husband is in love with both of us.
with both of us. Yeah,
And you know what she did? Brooke walked out of
just
there
looked at her.
and
Yeah,
still acted like all she
she
needed
didn't
to
hit
do
it.
was have sex with
That's
Rich.
right.
We
That's
Yeah.
just
it.
need to reconnect.
Well, that's what
But how
happens
is
when
that
you
gonna
have a
fix your
relationship
marriage
that's based on
if he
sex.
don't want
Yeah.
the sex? How's it gonna
Yeah.
That's
fix
all.
it
Yeah,
if he's refusing it? She's
that's
Yeah.
not,
right.
it's not clicking with
She
her.
done put her whole trick bag emptied out. And she sat up there and she thought she was gonna get her canoodled on with that one dinner that she hadn't pulled what's in the Eduardo out. She was trying to get the big table. She wanted
Well, yeah.
they fancy seating. She just wanted all the work's done. And Thomas told her ass, oh, I think he tired of that. He bored of that by that.
Said he was like, let me guess. You upset? He was like, let me guess. It involved a red teddy and some giggles, right? Right,
Hmm.
right, Thomas, you damn right. That's
Right?
exactly what she thought. Because it has
Mm-hmm.
been working for the last 30 years. Let me put
Mm-hmm.
these old dry ass crumbled cookies on him and he
Okay.
gonna forget about the world and
Yeah.
everything in it. And but
Hmm.
Thomas, like Thomas said, he didn't got bored.
Hmm.
That
He got
shit
bored
don't
of
work
the
no
trick.
more. You are no longer his
No, 'cause
muse, baby.
every dog learn a new trick. And this new trick is to avoid Brooke at all costs.
And Taylor haven't even let him sniff the cookies yet, baby. And he
No way.
all up under her. So
He,
whatever. I just, you know what? I just want Brooke to sit in the corner somewhere and watch Taylor screw her man, y'all. I don't really.
Like Bubble
You
said,
know,
you
I
know,
just look, Ken, they've been putting up, they've been putting up
yeah,
those old
I
scenes
put
on
some
her Twitter with her standing up outside looking at him through the window.
yeah.
That's all I want. I just want her to walk up on him and stand there and cry. I want Brooke to watch Taylor fuck her man so
Me
she
too.
can go home and cry about it and grab the vodka.
That's
Am
how
I wrong for just wanting that, y'all? Because I feel like it's been 30 years. Okay. I want
Mm-mm, she gonna be
my man,
miserable.
girl,
Brooke,
and
we
my
gonna have
ice
enough of the
cream.
screen. Brooke might go try to slit her wrist or something if that happens. That's the last thing we need.
hey,
Let's get all
listen.
of it, darling. Why not cut your wrist, girl? Jump off the cliff, girl. I just want her to get a little bit of
No,
karma.
because they won't actually let it be karma. All it's gonna do is be
Oh,
eating up screen time of how
oh,
miserable Brooke is 24/7.
Hey, but
I
listen though.
don't care. Just give
you know
me,
what?
let me have some scenes because I want them fireworks, y'all, because we know
Well,
she TK done lost a little weight. TK, I was looking at him in Aspen and that he done looked like he done lost at least 10 pounds. I know he getting ready for this sex scene coming up, y'all. We about to have us a true sex scene. And
Don't
Listen,
hell,
y'all.
maybe we can
keep
get
me
it
up.
in
Don't make
Aspen.
me no promises,
We
cause I read.
can get it in
So listen,
Aspen,
y'all.
so she can walk up in the window. And before she get back on that flight, she can try to go home and save it one more time and she can walk off and see Taylor with her legs wide open. Boom, there it is. There you go. There your goodbye prison. There your divorce. Here you go. Shit, the man is gone. I'm
So
telling you.
listen, you know
Well,
what?
I'm glad y'all Trish hat fans are happy with that. Y'all already know where I am on the bus, sitting in the
You know,
back reading
I
my
get on
book
and
like
off
I
the
have
bus.
been from the start.
I
Go
get on and
ahead,
off the
Sam.
bus today. I get on and off the bus today. I was fully on the bus and I probably was driving it. And the reason why is because according to the Logan rules,
Okay.
once that married man that's been in a troubled marriage decides that it's time for him to go ahead and move on, that he can't wait to start his new life, that it is
Yeah.
fine for him to go and start and go ahead and start his new life with the new wife before he even files for divorce,
That's right.
before the
That's
divorce is
right.
Mm-hmm.
final. That's
That's
the
Oh
right.
yeah,
Logan
That's
the
what.
rule.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
hold on.
Logan. The
Hold
Logan
on.
set that rule clearly. You don't have to actually be divorced to move on. No, they don't. That's
No,
not.
No,
no.
That's not what
you
this
As,
ever
don't.
and as
requires.
Bubble
Let's
say,
And
as
ask
what
Bubble
Mason.
say, give
you
away
don't
his
have to
Peter
be in
Bird
love
virginity.
as long
No.
as they determine that he ain't happy enough with you. And
Mm-hmm.
and according to the Logan rules, and he tell you it's over, it's
Mm-hmm.
clear path and okay to
Mm-hmm.
screw and have babies with and live with that married man.
That's right.
So
That's
I
according to
was on the
Logan
bus
rules.
today because Ridge told her today he is with Taylor. He don't need to tell her shit else. She's dumped now.
Yeah,
So,
Everything
so,
else is just talk.
so Taylor would be right within her Logan rights
In
that's
the
to
right.
have a
rule book,
lawyer drive up that hill with some annulment or some divorce papers and tell Brooke you need to sign these.
Right.
that would be great.
Okay, now that I would laugh at, just because that would serve her ass right. Because Lord knows, she's done something just as nasty herself. So why not?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's
Why
ask
don't
Mason.
Taylor send her a bottle of champagne?
Hmm.
Right?
Not the
She said
champagne.
Macy alcohol.
Shut up, not the champagne.
You know what? So I get you, darling. That on the surface, Ridge or any man, um, literally just ghosting their wife and taking up with the next chick, like literally drive from the White House to the new chick
Yeah.
house without being divorced and just start a whole new life while
No,
you haven't
no, no,
wrapped
no, no, no.
yourself
My no, no, no,
off.
no. My sticking point is not him being divorced. Oh no, no, no. This is 2022. No, 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 no. People
Mm-hmm.
have to be separated altogether too long before they can legally divorce in too many places for that shit. No, no, no. My
Mm-hmm.
issue is not that Ridge is not a divorced man. My issue is this. One of the reasons all of this confusion is the way it is because Ridge has spent months straddling the fence with one door in Taylor's face, one foot in Taylor's face, and the other still in Brooks because he could not make up his mind. That is why there's been all this confusion. The women are confused. Brooke has known exactly what she wanted from jump, and so has Taylor, especially after she got back from Monaco. There was no doubt about what she wanted, and she told Ridge as much. He was the undecided factor. So what he did was when he figured out when this
When that
information about
pine cone
CPS,
fell and hit his
yes,
head.
yes, after the CPS business happened, and he sits standing on the balcony, wandering to the sky, trying to figure out what the hell it is he wants. A pine cone
What
hits him on
destiny
his
means.
head. Yeah, what his destiny means, and he decides that is not Brooke, and that
But
is
Taylor.
but Taylor. He's the one who
Mm-hmm.
made up his mind, ran to Aspen to tell Taylor that ASAP. So that was him deciding that he was ready to get off the fence. Okay, that's fine. But if you're getting off the fence, you gotta tell them I'm off the fence. I'm not
Yeah,
on the
he
left
gotta tell
side.
Brooke. Yeah.
I'm not on the right side. I'm staying on this side. And
Right.
like I said, the only part about all of this that I really, really can't get with is that he didn't have the balls to give her that answer directly. She had to chase him to get it.
Yeah.
If she didn't get her ass, if she wasn't busy being the inch high private eye with her nosy ass sister and Bill Spencer giving her clues for her to figure out where her husband went by vanishing in the night, because literally Ridge really did vanish. He didn't tell nobody where he was going.
Okay.
She would not have gone to Aspen to get to find out, okay, what the hell are you doing here? What's really going on? Tell me. I'm
Yeah, but
sorry. That's bullshit for me.
that's not to me. I think you're looking for tits on the net right now. So you know why I say that?
Well, I don't like Ridge ass anyway, so
I know.
y'all know how I feel about it. I
And I
think he's
don't
worthless.
I could care
So
less about Ridge, and I really don't like Brooke, and I know you don't either. But the
no, I
reason why I
don't.
say this is because listen, Ridge, when he left her house, he had no plans on where he was going or what he was doing, right?
That's right.
We all
That's
No, he
right.
agree with
didn't.
that. He left her house. He did not, he said he was going back to the office. He might have
That's
planned
right.
on going back to the office and changed his mind because he wasn't going to do no goddamn
He
work.
was never
That's
going back to
right.
the office. He just wanted to get the hell away from her.
Exactly. So, but he wasn't at that moment. He did not make his mind up that he was going to chase Taylor, right?
That's right.
What
Right.
in fact happened was he left. He got some time alone. He decided what he was going to do, however it came to be, pine cone or not. Who cares? But no one knew where he
Right.
was going. So when
No.
that man just decided, okay, I'm gonna leave my wife and I'm gonna be with Taylor, but I'm gonna tell Taylor first. It's not like Brooke was the last to know. Nobody was supposed to know. So if
Yeah.
Ridge wanted to go to Taylor, tell her in Aspen, and they talked about it and spent the weekend in Aspen and decided that he was gonna come back and tell his wife it's a Donna, then that's
Yeah.
not like evil Ridge. I mean, come on. She found out because her sister nosy as hell.
Yeah.
And because Bill can't stay at her face.
Yeah.
It's not like Ridge was trying to, just I'm gonna do this despite. He just
Yeah.
decided to go. He thought what was more
He
important at
was
the moment.
following his heart like her worthless ass.
Exactly, and he
Which is
Exactly.
why his ass is worthless. We gonna agree to disagree on this, y'all. Y'all know where I am on this bus. I've been sitting in the same seat ever since Ridge started sniffing
She
around
ain't
Taylor with
budging.
his wobbly ass, and I have not
She
moved an
ain't
inch.
budging. She
No, I'm
ain't
not budging.
budging,
I'm not
Sam.
budging.
She is
I'm
not
not.
budging.
I'm not pissing on anybody's parade because hey, for the Trench fans who are enjoying this, hats off to you. Enjoy it because the show very rarely gives us things to enjoy at specific intervals. But
Exactly.
nah, yeah, Ridge ass is worthless. And I'm sorry, at this point, especially after sitting through years of Brooke versus Taylor over Ridge, and then sitting through Steffi versus Hope over Liam, it's gotten to this point that it's quality over quantity. And Ridge's ass is not quality in my book.
well, yeah, but like I said, I think we all agree with that 100%. Is there one among us that don't agree that Ridge is shit? Is trash?
No.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and jump that ship there. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Can. Listen,
Yeah.
can.
What's
Okay,
up?
so listen, I know, listen, I do love Tridge, but I don't like Ridge most of the time. So I know you still capping for Tridge and Ridge.
That's
And
right.
that is okay. Because at the
That's
end of the
right.
day, we're all Taylor fans. We all want what's best for her. While I do like Tridge as a couple, Ridge, as he currently is not my cup of tea. But I
Mm-hmm.
understand how he is other people's cup of tea. That's the
Yeah,
great thing about fandom. There's room for
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I like a lot of the ladies here. I like both Rich and Taylor. But
Ooh, shy.
yeah, I know. I'm on a tough ship, honey. We get hurricanes on a daily, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that's okay. That's okay because with this love, it comes. me loving soaps. So my thing is, I like Rich because he's a tough character to follow. He's a
Oh
tough
my
character to
gosh.
like, honey.
Oh
But
Isn't
yeah.
he?
you,
He's
but
a
you gotta
miserable
give it to
bastard.
him.
Yep, that's right.
He's
He's a
changing,
miserable.
y'all. He's
And
getting
he's been
better.
happy. He's been happy with Taylor. But as
He's
soon
getting
as he went
better.
back home to nurse that broken ankle can, he went
He's a
right back to
miserable
his
bastard.
old miserable ways. I was like,
Hmm.
oh, I
But
cannot
see, but see,
stand Riz.
but see, that's what you call honorable. He's trying to be honorable when he don't have to. See, that's
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
they still legally married. So he's trying to be honorable to
Exactly. And
somebody
it
who doesn't
shows
even honor
that he
him
don't want. That he don't want. Just say
and
what
don't
it is,
honor
because he
him.
didn't want her.
And
Y'all know
he
what?
don't honor him because
Tomorrow
that
is
will fall bad on
Tuesday.
his character. See, y'all ain't giving my baby room to grow. And
But
see,
you,
he's growing.
Don't
well,
say
you know
y'all
that his
can
conversation with
because I'm
Brooke
not
is not
included
getting.
in the y'all ship.
Okay, everybody but Sanchez to me because we see the growth. We see the growth,
But y'all
y'all.
know now. Listen now. He ain't finished with that conversation with Brooke.
He
All we
That's
showed
know of
right.
up.
her
Or
today.
Taylor. Or Taylor.
Well,
Or
Taylor. Well,
Taylor.
all
He
we know
finished.
about Taylor is that she has not given him the nookie yet. She's going right now to go and get freshened up. I take
Pressing
it,
because she been doing a lot of running. That's
running
right.
and
Go get
crying
cleaned up,
and
boo boo.
snotting. Right.
But see, Taylor has not gotten the full picture. So my thing is he has not been forthcoming to neither lady
Well, he
because he
about to
hasn't had
get,
the full
but he not
I
opportunity.
agree
finished.
with this. He has
But he
not
not
been.
finished, can. He is
No,
going, that's
he's
what
not.
Sam is saying. He is
And
going to finish talking to Brooke tomorrow. So
right,
we
which
gonna hear
Donna
the
should
rest of the
appreciate
conversation.
because he gonna get all of his good stuff out on Brooke first. See, I want him to be in the same room with both of them. But see, I can't afford to get nice things. But I can get I can get a knockoff. And I can get this good knockoff at a pass for this Louis. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to accept this knockoff by him talking to Brooke first and get
Yeah,
these cobwebs up out of this house first before
yeah,
he go ahead and relocate these raccoons that Taylor been harboring. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
because one thing about it is we would love to see Taylor wait at a 6 month divorce, but Bold and the
Yeah.
Beautiful don't do
Oh
that.
no, Bold is
So
not
Mm-mm.
built like that. They
right,
don't have
so
that
we
kind of
know
Yeah,
that it's not
longevity.
gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
They
yeah,
didn't
May
even have.
get
They
her
didn't even
bid.
let
Oh,
Hope ass wait out a
not
damn
bid bid.
divorce.
yeah,
Lady Sanchez,
exactly.
Lady Sanchez may get her wish though. After Ridge tells Brooke that it's over and he leaves, and he walks away because she won't. He's gonna go back inside that cabin.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Brooke is going to be watching through the cabin and she's going to see something that she's going to hate that she saw.
Yes. He
So I
gonna see,
believe
she can
Lady
see that
I will
connection.
say the one thing that I'm very disappointed is that I'm not getting my blonde in a gondola, so I feel cheated.
Shit, I
I'm
want to
glad.
see
I'm
it happen.
glad.
I'm gonna still see it. I'm gonna
I,
see it until they come back to LA.
I
You
don't
better
I didn't
not.
want any extra tricks before this breakup. I mean, we still waiting on the CPS. We don't need no other traps. Because remember, Brooke has been hanging herself all this time. And to
Yeah,
turn it around on somebody else making a CPS call would just be Belle pulling a mind fuck. So
yeah.
we're right now, it's exactly where it needs to be. No tricks were played,
But
except for the
Hmm.
CPS call, which
but
is heavily leaning towards
Sam,
Douglas.
I know Sam. I need some comic relief, and
We
I need a
had
little
today.
nostalgia. I need a little
Thomas, you
nostalgia.
drag.
I don't look. I want a blonde in a gondola, and I'm not gonna give up my protest until I get one.
Oh, but
Look,
you know what though? Brooke,
hmm,
maybe when Brooke leaves the cabin, instead of going directly back home, she gets on the little gondola ride just to take a look over the city, just to get some air, and she
Yeah.
just gets stuck up there
that's
like a
all I'm
stuck
saying.
Ferris wheel.
That's all I'm saying. Steph, you ain't got to be the one on the controller.
Yeah, it
You
could
don't have
Yeah,
to
actually
because
be
be
she
none of that.
chance.
It
It
yeah,
could
could
she
just
actually
be
just be pure
happenstance.
D chance. I'm fine with that. It don't
Me
have to be
too.
Steffi that pull the trigger. I just want her ass stuck somewhere.
yeah,
Me
that would work.
too. That's
I want her ass outside of that cabin window, y'all, and I'm gonna stand firm
I think
because
you're gonna
I
get it.
need Riz busting it wide open. You hear me, honey?
That's
I
And
don't
I want
know.
her to be sitting up there watching the whole damn thing
So, because
because
you
you
know
that
what? Y'all right. Because see, listen, Taylor and Ridge neither have a home. So if they
neither.
get together,
Now
Stephanie is
I'm
going to
now
leave them
on
in
that
that.
point. Somebody else made that point. I'm gonna need. Here's the bottom line. I need them both to get the hell out of Steffi's house.
And they
Thank
can't
guess
Taylor
you.
got
what?
Taylor got to
and they
Guess
move, and
what?
Ridge cannot move in.
They
No.
might stay in Aspen for a little while until they figure it out, y'all, and
Y'all
just
better stop.
be in that cabin, just making love in front of the fireplace, just
because they
giving
don't
us
have a place.
fireworks for a couple of
Right.
days until
I'm gonna need it to be very circa 2000 and what was that? 15 when Sting was laying on the ground or of the shack and they was doing the Watusi and
I,
here comes Donna.
not
Donna
the Watusi.
riding up on her chariot and she
Girl, not the Watusi, girl. I'm gonna tell you like this here. Lope's the only ones that can buff floors, okay? I need this to happen. And I want her
I'm gonna
to
need
be
all that
standing
to
up there
happen
with her little one
to Brooke.
tear. I need her to be standing up there with her little one tear. And I just want to hear all that shit, Taylor. I want that conversation to play back in her head when Taylor told her, "Your husband loves both of us, woman." Like
How
what
about
Okay.
the hell?
Bubbles? Bubbles.
Mm.
I'm gonna need you to explain to these ladies.
Mm.
Bubbles, please. I'm begging you, Bubbles, to please explain to these ladies why, just why, Cridge and Taylor ain't had no goddamn business buffing the floor.
Oh,
On the floor.
On the floor.
wherever
I'm
we
gonna
gonna
need it
get it
Bubbles
at, it
I
style.
didn't
don't have
say it
to
got
be
to be
on
on
the
the
floor.
floor.
It can be in the
I
bed,
didn't
but
say that. I
as
said
long
I
as
wanted them
they
to get
Aspen and
caught.
somewhere Brooke can see,
Yes, that's
that's
how I
okay.
said it.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, because I could
On
have
the
swore I
floor.
heard that somebody wanted Ridge and Taylor to be buffing the floor in front of the
Yeah, I said
fireplace.
that. Yeah, I said that. I want them to be buffing floors so Brooke can be
No.
Okay.
standing at that
Uh,
window watching it.
Now,
well,
Bubbles, did you hear what she
Bubbles.
said?
For clarification, ladies, I was saying and indicating that I needed to be very similar to when Sting were on the floor buffing. And it does not mean that I want trids with their old grown asses on the floor. That is not the world I live in. I live in a
Okay,
world where they in king size beds.
Well, they
correct.
gonna be on the
Because
bed,
in this
honey. But we
world,
know we getting a sex scene because
Yeah,
TK baby has been working out. I could
yeah,
tell
but
when
I
he
can
was
tell.
running behind Krista. I say, look, TK, he done
Look,
lost at least about 10 pounds
yeah,
because
TK and Krista both.
when they showed him walking out on Brooke. Remember when he put that scene out
hmm
of the plant, Sam, and that's when he just left her ass when she was like, Riz, where you going? What? Why? Where you going? I can tell he was kind of puffy in the guts. But then when they switched to Aspen, because they've been out there filming. So we know these are some old, like they've been filmed those
Do you think he
those
lost 5? You think he lost 5 or 10
He
pounds?
lost. It was some time went by between those scenes and the Aspen scenes because he wasn't that puffy in the face, the neck, and in the gut. So he's losing some weight. So we know we're about to get a sex scene. We got to.
Girl,
Red, Red,
listen. You know we ain't no damn good.
Yeah.
Red running up that hill like he Kate Bush and all. He running up that hill is what got
Oh
him
Lord.
looking all that with the butt
No,
like
baby.
that.
He came there standing in those tight ass jeans. I was like, when is the last time we saw Ridge in jeans, y'all, on the show? He always have stuff
Girl.
covering up that gut because
No,
he's
he
not as
always.
small as he was when he first started 14, 15 years ago. Ridge was standing up there in that jacket and those blue jeans with those boots and that maroon shirt. I can see he has lost at least 10 or 15 pounds.
He
We
did
getting
look
us a
good.
sex scene, y'all. He did look good. We getting us a sex scene, God
Can
dog it.
I ask you a question?
Is about to get the Petey Bird virginity.
Uh-huh.
Not the Petty Bird.
The Supreme notch.
I'm
No.
telling you, Bubbles. Facts, Bubbles. We getting it.
Get
Listen.
that Petey Bird, Virginia. And
Yeah.
you know what? Brooke ain't even got to be in a gondola, although that would be epic. But if she could just be on the other side of a broken bridge or fire, or a bridge she try to walk across and that shit creaks and cracks and breaks. She just can't cross them troubled waters, and she got to stand outside and watch Bridge treat Taylor like a Conway Twitty song and lay her down soft and gentle.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Lord, not Conway.
I want him to give her the full Conway Twitty experience from Lord have mercy, baby got a blue jeans on right down to lay me down soft and gently.
I'm telling
First
you.
of all,
Lord.
Bubbles,
Well,
not the drink.
I hope Steffi sneak off and fly back to LA by herself and say, I'm
Why
leaving the
they
place
baby?
to y'all for all that shit.
Yes.
If they're gonna be doing all that shit, let their child go home. Good Lord.
She
She
don't
leaving
have
nothing.
to buy the property. Because
Nobody know where y'all at.
she can buy Bill's property because we can need something for Queen Kelly, Princess Kelly, when she arrives in the next 10 years. You hear what I'm saying? Because we can't count on that deadbeat waffling SOB of daddy of hers.
Right,
So
right.
we need the queen buying up all this property like she's doing because she can do that. Loke fans can get mad if they want. Steamers can get mad if they want because
They
she
can get mad
took a
all they
trip
want.
without paying because she
It's
took a trip
real
without
estate.
paying. I know you see him out there on these Chitter
Oh,
streets
that
dragging, trying to
ridiculous shit.
drag Steffi
What about
because
how Steffi's supposed to be a 1950s housewife and never leave
shit,
her husband's side? That bullshit.
she's
I laugh.
supposed to be at home cooking and cleaning in bare feet, standing behind the stove, waiting on her husband to get home so she can wash his back. Yeah, that part, darling, that part. I need
Yes.
her to
Oh,
go ahead on.
I saw that foolishness and I died laughing. I'm like, excuse me. First of all, what is wrong with all of y'all?
Yeah,
I was like, Steffi spent more time with her husband in China than anybody else on the show. What are you
So do.
talking about?
And but they want so much more for Steffi to do, but Hope and can't even keep her children at home. But
And that
y'all want to sit up here and act like Steffi's supposed to be June Cleaver. Like where
Nah,
they
they just
doing
be
that at?
hating. They just be
and
hating because Steffi's a bad bitch. And
that's
That's
you
it.
know
right.
what?
That's
I
the
love
only
it.
reason. Say
Steffi, you know what?
it again. Wait a minute. Say that shit again. Because that's the only reason why they hate. They
They
hate a
be
bad
hating
bitch.
because Steffi
It's
is
a
a bad
genre,
bitch.
y'all, and they mad because Hope ain't in that genre. That's all
Correct.
it is.
It's
that's
the
right.
They talk
genre.
about
It's
oh,
the
Steffi's so mean. Steffi's being a bitch. You goddamn right. She was born to be a bitch.
That's
She was
right,
born.
baby.
She is the crown jewel of the Forrester family. She
That's right.
is that bitch.
Forrester Douglas Maroney. Come
Yes,
on,
Sam. I'm gonna
y'all.
need you to include that Maroney because you know that's what they
Please. Because
say.
they swear
She's
they
a
kill
mini
us.
authority. She's a Maroney. She not even blood
She
poverty.
not
She's
even in black
Maroney.
Forrester.
That's right. Shit.
So
I'm
I'm gonna
sitting
Steffi,
over here like
Man,
Steffi,
she
because she
went
that
to
bitch.
she
She
went there
hangs
to
out
go
with
see
Brooke.
about some damn property. You wish your damn face was going to look for property. They need to.
yeah. Shit.
Listen, y'all.
Got that doggone, got my little heir, my crown heir genius living in that doggone shed. We don't have a TV in the shed. They living in the damn outhouse. The bathroom probably outside. Where Douglas gotta go to use the bathroom? He needs to be bathing in marbles, y'all. I mean, damn, his bathroom at the Forrester house is probably big as the theme room or the movie room. You hear
can
what I'm
we
saying? Where he go? Where he got to go to eat dinner when the doggone the dinner table is on the outside of the cabin? So what they doing? They ordering takeout in the wintertime?
can
You
we
know,
acknowledge that Steffi is the only woman in bold and beautiful history who is in the running? She's in the running to be purchasing her third property. It was not handed to her. It was not gifted to her, and it was showing what one handed down to her. So yeah, they mad. They big mad.
that's it.
They mad because you know why? Because Steffi, that bitch Forrester, answers her daddy's phone and hang up on his wife and tell her
Yeah.
the clock is goddamn ticking and
How
hang
you
up the
doing?
phone.
Well,
And
y'all know how I feel about that.
that bitch Forrester
Some
cleared
people
her
need to be
daughter
hung up
and
on.
told
So,
her, I thought we moved past this. I never wanted your dad for my mom. And the clock is ticking. And she dismissed her ass. They
That's
let her
right.
because Steffi is that bitch, Forrester.
Now go be an
Don't you got
ambassador for
work
one
to
of my
go do?
lines at this company. Stop sitting up here acting like you running shit and just be an ambassador like you are.
In
You know,
Thomas,
ambassador
right
or
here
what?
clearing the
She
rest
need
of
to
the
take us,
hoes.
move her shit on. She need to move on. Hope is ain't the ambassador. She the ambassador of that damn cabin can. I need Hope to go. I'm ready for Steffi to start cleaning house and getting these
Well,
Logans out of her
Hiring.
company.
Yep.
but see, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't do anything but stand there and provide a name for a line that is in production. My thing is, she's not a designer. She's not a model. So
No.
what she's doing, she's ambassador. She's an ambassador of hope for the future.
Steffi needs to go on and give that line to her brother since him and Zende running it anyway. It need to becomes their line. You hear
Y'all
what I'm
right.
Well,
saying?
you know y'all know she not gonna do that, especially since
Now,
Ridge then went ahead and left Brooke for Taylor. Steffi gonna be high in her heaven as far as she gonna be concerned all right well, because here's the thing. When it comes right down to it, whenever shit like this has happened before, it's all been kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya afterwards. So
Mm-hmm.
Steffi is within her rights to say, look, we all need to get along with each other. Don't
What
we?
they didn't want her
We
to do
damn
it
sure
after
yes,
gonna get
Hope went
darling.
along.
climbed up when Hope was pushing that big belly all up in Steffi's face after she had her little trap
Ex-
baby for Liam.
exactly.
She wanted Steffi's daddy, she wanted Ridge to fund, take the money out of Steffi's line and put it to Hope for the future. They couldn't make Hope understand that Steffi needed something to do. Damn, you just came through there and took her husband. You hear what I'm saying? Now her daughter ain't got a daddy. You hear what I'm saying? Now you walking around here pushing that belly in her face. Let Steffi have her line. They didn't give a fuck, so why
Now
should
you know
Steffi have
what?
to?
Why
Why
y'all
should
bring this up?
Steffi have to?
Why y'all bring this up? See, I hated that storyline because it was very much similar to when she sat up there and she told Steffi she can't stand seeing her face in her family freaking company, prancing up and down these goddamn hallways, being pregnant with
Oh, that
ass.
was idiocy.
So
That
she
was
wanted her to
idiocy
leave.
out of her
You
mouth.
know,
Ugh.
my thing was Steffi
And
did
Steffi did it too. She
oblige
did it
her.
because she's a bigger
She
woman.
obliged her request, and she never showed back up to force the creations while she was pregnant with Ashley. She sat up there and she said, "You know what? I'm planning a wedding." She focused on planning a wedding, got married, came back and lost baby. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is let them try that now. Let them try that what Steffi set up there, and she do the exact same thing that Hope and them just did to her. They will be barking. You hear me? All these Hoganites and these Gondolorians will be barking. Talking about Steffi ain't shit. She knew daggone well. She wasn't, she bogus. She always thinks she a brat and this, that, and the third. But don't nobody say nothing when Hope and her mama try to pull it off. You know
And
what I'm
have
saying?
unrealistic expectations of people.
Exactly.
That's
It's
right.
it is absolutely asinine. How do you sit up there and say one team is this, that, and the third, but don't call it for your team when they pull the shit first?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a
Right.
Logan way, but it's okay, when the Logans do it. It's right,
Right. That's
like
It's
how the
more
Sam
rules
was
were
saying.
acceptable.
created.
According to Logan rules, it's okay for Steffi to move on. I mean, for Taylor to move on with Reeves, according
And
to
see,
Logan
Steffi didn't
rules,
even pull a power
because
card because she was
according to
co-CEO.
Logan rules, it was okay when Liam did it to Steffi. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because didn't Liam make it clear he didn't want her anymore after she slept with
That's
her
all it took.
father-in-law?
That's
So
see, and that's my
according to
thing.
Logan rules, that
In
was
my
okay.
in my world, it's as simple as this. Once the man tell you he done, he free. That's it.
He's
You
free
ain't
to
gotta
go
wait for
sleep with
you don't
another
have to
woman.
you
Case
don't have to
closed.
wait for
Watch
no
your
papers
hands.
to be signed and none of that. Once
Yep,
he say
case
he done, he
closed.
done. That's it.
Yep, yep. Sure enough. They done it too many times to every single freaking Forster hashtag slash Maroney female on the damn script. So yeah, it needs to be done now. Like seriously.
Hey
Steffi
y'all.
a full
And
CEO.
it's always been kind because it's always been one set of rules for them and another set of rules for everybody else. So that has
That's
never
right.
played
I want to.
well, in my opinion, with anybody.
But
I
now
want
it
to touch.
looks
I want to.
like they are having to live up to their own rules because like you guys were saying before, they normally do not wait for the man to divorce their wives before they expect them to move on. And so now here Ridge is telling her to her face, no, sis, I done gone back to Taylor. So them papers will be in the mail whenever. This is the behavior that they're used to putting other women through. And
Exactly.
Yep.
Taylor said she wasn't gonna be like Brooke, and that wasn't gonna be her karma. But the beauty of the story is that the karma is coming for Brooke all on its own.
Yeah.
It's come for her all on its own. Here Ridge is, then held out his Petey Bird virginity for 11 months. His ring. He been missing dinners on purpose. He been coming home after he knows she's asleep. He be
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
house before she knows she's up. I
Mhm.
agree that he's not waffling. He's in the place with her until he gets his head together. But other than them, our little kisses, the sweet little kisses, Ridge. That's all he's been giving her, some sweet little kisses that she manages to get off. And so I guess he feels like that's enough to placate her. But he ain't really been waffling. I think he's been trying to make up his mind. And
Yeah.
praise little evil Douglas Forrester, Morone, and sitting up there with that apple to trick them people because I 100% believe it's Douglas now out here helping people right wrongs. Maybe he was possessed by the spirit of his great grandmama when he made that damn phone call.
You better believe
Well,
it.
I know
You
this
better
much.
say
Nobody can blame Douglas for shit, even if he did do it.
And
Not our sweet little Douglas. And y'all see the Lopers have been so excited. They so glad Henry back. Wait till they find out little Henry
Oh,
called
he about
CPS.
they
oh
gonna
Lord,
come back
that
with
boy
a
about to
mission.
get this on.
He
That
came back on a
child,
mission.
Douglas, is getting disowned by an entire fan base. Y'all wait
Rightfully
and
so.
see.
they didn't already said that they didn't already said anyway that he should be freed from Hope so that she can be freed from Thomas. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's great. We don't mind that if she gives the boy back.
Y'all,
No, we don't.
y'all know what? I've seen on my Facebook group, right? That it was literally a gondolorian who sat up there and said Douglas needs his ass whooped if he did this. I said,
What
what?
for? What for? He
Well,
don't
yeah.
no.
It was
These
child
grown
abuse.
ass, this grown ass grandma ass woman running around LA disparaging his father in his hearing apparently is the one who need her ass whooped, not the child.
Come
But
on with
wait
You
a minute,
better
did
say
they
that.
say it was child abuse when
Yes,
Thomas just simply screamed at Douglas
yes,
and made him keep secrets and he shook him his shoulders a little bit when that one episode when he got pissed off at Douglas because
yes.
Douglas told the secret. So now they're saying that Douglas and that was they still hollering child abuse.
So
But you
do.
got that same fan base saying he need his ass whooped,
Yes,
Vicky?
they did. Yes,
Wow.
she did. She said, and
Wow.
then she said the word. She didn't say but, tail, none of that. She said the A word. And hold on, let me tell you something. If I hear one more thing talking about this Halloween episode where he scared Douglas and stuff with the ghost under the bed and he
Oh
raised his
Lord.
hand at Douglas, but y'all want to sit up there and say the boy need his tail what? Yeah, all right.
listen, these same people sitting there talking about when he yelled at Douglas, y'all beat y'all kids. So I mean, raising your
Yep.
voice and you actually physically putting your hands on your kids. I mean, you're not much better if
That's right.
gonna judge Thomas. You
Mm-mm-mm.
That's right.
at you and you sitting over here belittling your kids and making videos and putting it on the damn internet so the whole world can laugh at your child. What kind of parent are you? Like
Thank you.
people say these backhanded, ignorant ass comments, and then when you look into their lives, like look how you treat the children in your life, but you expect more from a fucking fictional character. Like make it make sense. Your
Mm-mm-mm.
cognitive dissonance is giving me a headache. That's
Yes.
what's going on. Your fucking cognitive dissonance is giving me such a headache at the flames. Flames on the side of my face.
Say that, Bubba.
Every time somebody want to come and talk about Thomas or how he treated Douglas or shit like that. Talk about, oh well, he used that projector with that ghost. I know a chick. Her mama. She told me when her mama got upset with her one time. Her mama packed up a bag of her shit and drove her to a church and left her.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah.
in there and told them y'all can have her. I'm done dealing with her and left her. And
Yeah.
this half the time my she threatens her kid the same way. Ma'am, if that shit fucked you up, why do you think it would have any different effect on your child? Like I believe
Pretty much, Lord.
so that they have a little person that they can harass. Like what the hell are you gonna tell your child, I'm done with your behavior. I'm gonna take you and your things and drop you off with these strange peoples in this strange place that you've never been to, and you don't like she said her mama left her for hours and then came back.
What?
Have you gotten the idea yet? And then you think that's okay to turn around and do to your kid? Like, what is
Nah, that's under the jail shit in my world, but that's just me, I guess. Mm.
wrong? But then
Well,
these
it ain't just you.
people like this,
Okay, because I'm like, no, that's not how you deal with your child.
no, it's not even how you deal with a stranger's child. You don't just take
No,
a
not at all.
person and drop them off somewhere to scare them. I'm just gonna scare them into behaving. How you figure? If my mama would scare me into behaving like that, you know what? My ass would run away and she would never find me again. And now I'm on the milk carton and the police is looking at you funny. Because
Yeah.
you sitting up here, everybody know you was talking about how you was gonna take me somewhere and leave me. Now I'm gone. Now it's on
Yeah.
the police looking at
Right.
you funny. So go on. You want to fuck around and find out what it's like to be a Ramsey? You want to be up here like John Bonet's mama trying to explain what the fuck happened to your baby while you was in the bed sleep? Bring it on.
Hey,
Huh.
Well,
listen.
but Bubbles, these Loganites, it goes back to that, it was okay when Douglas, so when Thomas was doing all of that, they was perfectly fine with Hope taking Douglas. They called it child abuse. Now that Douglas may have used this voice app to, and it caused, and imploded on the Logans, now all of a sudden they want his ass whipped. So that goes back to what's good for the Logans is not good for everybody else.
No,
That's for
exactly.
everybody else. Exactly. That's the problem with them. That's the come. I
Yeah,
want Steffi and Thomas to keep their foots
On
Yep.
the
on the necks. I don't
that's
care
right.
how if Thomas dragging a Logan a day. I never get tired of it because
Me
Yeah,
Thomas
neither,
and
Sam.
Steffi should always detest Brooke and Hope.
always. Always. Brooke went through their whole family and caused chaos. They caused chaos from Eric to even Eric and her mother's relationship. She
Mm-hmm.
broke up families
Yeah.
behind her shit. The Forrester brothers was fighting amongst each other. Eric was fighting amongst his children. The wives, we just lost Poe Macy.
Yeah.
She just died behind Brooke bullshit. She was the sacrificial lamb for Brooke's shit. So you
Hmm.
doggone right, Sam. They should keep the heel firmly against the Logan women next because of everything they've done. I do not care how they feel about it. I mean, so I don't care.
but
That's
y'all,
what they supposed to do.
they don't count the time that Brooke killed Macy as something. They don't count that because Macy came back from the dead, and then Oscar ended
Oh,
killing her with that chandelier. So
oh,
Yeah.
one
They
more.
only count Taylor running over Darla.
Right, they only count Taylor
Like
Reynolds,
Darla was a Logan.
but
oh my God.
and
And
black
so she did.
in
She
the
was
middle
drunk.
of the night.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
She they can count what they want. I know damn well Macy ass wouldn't have been in no fire with a car about to blow up if it hadn't been for Brooke and her
Thank you.
overstepping
Ah,
ass.
Thank
say
you.
that. Say
Thank
that.
you, darling. And that's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line of the story. But they want to excuse all of that. They just like to act like none of that shit happened. I mean, and it all goes down because we getting a little bit of win. It's like they can't handle it. We getting a little
Mm-mm.
bit of win.
They
And
can't.
no, they
They used
can't.
to winning so much. You can't give up a win when you winning so much. It hurts too bad.
It
Mm-hmm.
hurt. It hurt. It hates. Well, they hurt to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
They'll
it
be
makes
all
sense.
right. Shit.
But y'all remember Casey said a little bit ago that the Logan fans will be unhappy for a while, and I guess this is the beginning of their. This will be the winter of their discontent, honey, because the clouds is rolling in. It's fixing to be a hot winter.
That's right.
Yeah.
It sure is. And when Casey said it, I knew he was talking about Logan fans because he's a
Yeah.
Logan fan and he was looking disappointed. So I knew that it was going to be something good for us when he said that. When he said Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor were going to Aspen, I knew that it was not going to be good for Bridge.
Oh my
Yeah. I
gosh.
was
Yeah.
happy. I was very happy
Well,
because I got validation that they need to be a part of any damn way. They boring as hell together.
I mean, well, not for
Yeah,
nothing.
it's
Bridge been on.
awful. It's Bridge is awful. I mean, it's at this point I wouldn't even care if Taylor was in the picture. Can Bridge is awful.
They are.
Well, we
Like
were
They
They
told
are.
that.
boring as hell to watch.
Right. I mean, even before Taylor was cast. I mean, every time they tried, they posted Brooke and Ridge on the social media. It was mostly just crap. People
yeah,
tired of that chemless ship. There's no chemistry between these two. Period.
No, none,
none,
none. I'm
none.
sorry to say it.
It
And the
should have
thing is,
been over, Sam, when they recasted Ridge when
It should have
TK
been.
came. That should
Yep.
have been the end of Bridge right there.
Should have
Yeah.
It
been.
should have been.
it
Yep.
really should have been. And the fact that it wasn't is a major negative. Just because here's the thing: if she ain't got it, she ain't got it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with
move
a couple
on.
losing its spark. But Lord, when you hold on to it like this,
Oh,
to
oh,
this degree, all it
oh
does
my
is drive the rest
gosh.
of us insane. And we just like, okay, when are y'all gonna put us all out of our misery? Anytime soon?
Because it
Mm-hmm.
has certainly
This
not
Anytime
worked.
soon?
That
Yeah.
if they never
That.
got better after the recast either. So
No.
after I guess probably because I think Carriage probably just killed it. Because Carriage was just too good, and
oh
Bridge
yes.
just could not really. It just did not work. There was no
It
chemistry, and it
yes.
just looked like shit against Carriage.
You know what? You right. After we got carried, Sam, it was everything that came afterward was shit.
Yep,
It was like, what the hell? Y'all broke Carridge up for that? Like, are
yep,
you serious right now? Come
and
on.
sent her away, so Ridge can have it, so Brooke can have her destiny back.
So Brooke can have her destiny. And it's just, I mean, put us, like Charlene just said, put us out our misery. Like, they could have just left Ridge somewhere else for that.
Well, hopefully, since they got Bill, since they've been holding on to Bill for years, for Brooke,
Oh,
hopefully
God.
they'll use him so
Mhm.
Diamond can actually get some screen time.
Oh
I
my,
feel
that's
I
gonna be
still
trash.
I still feel like Bill a red herring though. I have to agree with Bubbles on that one
Y'all really
because
so listen.
I do. I feel
I
I
like
do
he's a
wish
too.
red
that
I do
herring.
too.
I think so too. I agree.
It's
Yeah.
too
I
I'm
do.
it's
with the
too easy.
majority. Yep.
It's too easy because the thing is, one, you got it from the. We don't know for certain, but we'll know by the end of business, close of business on Friday. We got Katie and Carter having a conversation, which,
Right.
from the sounds of it, is going to resolve whatever however they're going to deal with Quinn.
Yep.
And her character and Rena Sofer's departure, it looks like they're getting ready to say something to deal with that,
Yeah.
and and it feels like they're going to default back to what they were kind of experimenting with before they decided to put quarterback together,
Yep.
which
Yes.
was they were
Yes.
experimenting with
We did
Carter
get a couple of
and Kate,
chemistry tests. We did.
right?
We did. I remember that.
And from are these little intimate lunches at the Olive Garden and
Yes.
shit,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and then after they decided to push Carter towards Paris, Katie came to see him, and she was kind of like, she didn't say it, but she was kind of like, so I felt like there was a vibe here, and now it's not
Yeah.
here. That's
Right.
Yes.
basically what she told
Yes.
him. And he was kind of like, well, yeah, and it was like, okay, cool, because nothing had happened at this point. They grown,
Right.
Nobody made anybody no promises. Nobody
That's
did
right.
anything. So sometimes it's like that in real life. Sometimes you feel like you're catching a vibe with somebody. Something happens and the vibe just goes. It happens.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're about to try to put that back on the map because if based on the promo, Katie and Bill are not getting back together by any stretch of the imagination. Because the fact
And
that Katie had
I don't
enough
think Brill is either.
no, because Katie had enough common sense this time around to ask the obvious question, which was that if Brooke was available, would you still be talking like this? Now I'm assuming that all of this happens concurrently to Brooke roaming around Aspen, being upset about Brooke about this whole thing with Ridge. So
Not
nobody
Roman.
in roaming them out.
That's
Ridge
what
was
I said.
running up
Not
mountains.
Roman.
She's about to roam the mountains. So
Y'all say it
what
ain't
is
so.
What if
what?
they
Yeah,
do actually try to put Bill back with Katie and put Baby back together for a little while just to have Don
some
off the show
ancient.
for a little while?
I don't.
That would
You
be
know
Have what?
what? That would. I
people would
would
be
be
so pissed.
believable. That would be more believable to me than them because I really do think last week episode when Bill was telling Brooke that he was selling his property and he was moving on to new things. I think that was the goodbye. I think that was the end of Brill.
Me too. Me too.
It
I
felt
think
like it. It
yeah.
it,
I,
it felt
Yeah,
like it.
it
and then
did.
also I think it's supposed to be some type of restart for Beatty with this conversation with Katie.
Yeah, he could
Oh
be go.
hell
I
no.
would like to see Bill continue to pursue Katie while she's getting
Oh
close to
hell
Carter.
no.
No.
Y'all got to be kidding
Mm-mm.
me.
Not after this bullshit. Oh
Not
Well, I
even
don't
no,
want them back
The way
man.
he
together.
spoke to my sister and the way that he told Katie that he preferred to be with Brooke and think that I'm going to entertain you in any kind of way. You would have had supervised visitation with your son. He never would have laid eyes on me again after that speech talking about he married the wrong damn sister. How
Yeah.
about will never you won't even be invited to my funeral, sir. You won't even. I'm gonna make sure your ass don't even get a goddamn obituary when I die, because that's how long I want you to go before your eyes lay on my face or visage ever again. I want you to forget what the fuck I look like. I want people to have to remind you what I
Oh,
look like.
crap.
That's the kind of energy Kate needs to have for Bill after he done two times dusted her over for her sister, tried to take the company from, well, she took the company from him, but he was trying to get it
Yeah.
back. And then all that shit between the two of them with Will. Sir, you couldn't tell me the sky was blue on a sunny day, and if it was raining, I wouldn't even believe you if I was soaking wet.
That's true.
You
That's
know,
true. But they got to do something with him. That's
but
true. If they not giving
look,
him back
but
to Brooke,
I
they're
said the
gonna have to
same
do
thing about
something with him.
Steffi though. And look, I was able to tolerate him now after what he did for sin.
Yeah.
See, that's the part that pisses me off. They really looked like they were trying to take Bill in a different direction.
It looks
Yeah,
like
they
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
they they
only for him to come back to be sniffling at the hem of Brooke's robe,
Yeah.
like a
doing the
dog in
same
heat,
thing.
Yep.
doing the
Yep.
same shit, and
Yep.
not sitting up here with trying to I want my Katie back, bruh.
Yeah, it's they
Please.
Yeah.
just going
That
from
was
bad to
just the
worse to
key
worse.
to getting
I
to
mean,
the
they had
house.
Bill and Lee, and then they go back to Bill looking at like a
You
dog
y'all,
looking
we've
at
been
Brooke.
but here's the thing, y'all. We've been here before. They did this exact shit with Bill after the still one night stand. After everything
Yeah.
dissolved. Because keep in mind, first he was mad dog crazy about and practically obsessed with being with Steffi to the point
Yeah.
of trying to frame her for still being in an affair that she wasn't in, all this bullshit. And then
Yeah.
when it all eventually fell apart and Steffi chose herself and he still gave her the stocks, what was he doing 2 days later? He was back
Stalking Brooke.
sniffling, stalking Brooke.
He
Brooke,
was stalking
you're
Brooke.
the
He didn't
one. And
even stun Katie. He was
we was
stalking
all
Brooke,
we
finding
was
out where she at, and popping up like the
we
damn
was
creeper.
we was
Yeah.
all looking like, how wait, bro, how you got here this fast? I mean, not to say that you gotta sit over here and be moaning about how you couldn't have Steffi. No, nobody's saying that. But how you switched up gears this fast, and then as soon as Brooke shot him down, gear shift again, right back to Katie.
Yep.
That's I'm sick of
In
Bill. Like they have really
inside of six
destroyed his
months, he bounced
character.
between upset being preoccupied with three women, and none of it was serious.
Yep, and they did it just again with Lee, Brooke, and
Yeah.
now Katie. I want my Katie back. That's why I
Yep.
said Bill is a cardboard shape, a cardboard cutout. He has no
Oh,
characteristics except for being Brooke's dope.
that's it.
Look, that's terrible. Ugh,
That's
ugh.
very bad
So
for a
whatever they
character that
need
was
at
so
that moment,
remarkable.
Sam, whatever they need at that moment, just draw out whatever they're gonna need on that cardboard box. Just draw it out whenever they need him for whatever scene. That's what they're gonna use him for. Because that's it. He's empty. He's not. He's an empty, soulless vessel on that.
He's an empty suit.
That's
And
right.
he looks
Until they need him
pathetic.
for something.
They took all the teeth out of Bill. Bill was wealthy and used to love to show off his opulent wealth by throwing money around, being all extra. And they got
Yeah.
him walking around looking like a goddamn dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
Acting like
9
one
o'clock,
too.
y'all.
Without even any freaking charm.
Not
Mhm.
none at all.
I can't.
Yep. It's 9 o'clock.
And we gonna play it on out. But we can get back into this the rest of this week because it's not over.
It's
No.
over.
At all.
It's not over. We just getting to the top of this iceberg. But I'm gonna stand behind two things, and that is that Bill and Brooke is a red herring, and Douglas Spencer Forrester Maroney is the one made that phone call.
Yeah, I
There we
think we all
go.
pretty
I
solid on
concur.
Douglas making that call.
I concur.
Yes,
'Cause
and I
I-
can't wait for Ridge to give his Petey Bird virginity to Taylor,
Yes.
whether he's divorced or not, because according to the Logan rules, it's okay.
And so
And I
Well-
want them to be playing Unforgettable why it happened.
Well, I will say this much. I find it mighty mysterious that we don't have no concrete spoilers about exactly when people get back to LA. So I really do feel like Steffi gonna pack a bag and leave a note for her parents and say enjoy the house. I'm
There
buying
you
it.
go. Thank you.
of course she's
Yes, that's
It's
yes,
a wedding present.
yes.
That's
The
gonna be a
family
wedding
retreat,
present. That's
the family
right.
compound.
That's
Yep.
gonna be her early wedding gift to her mom and dad. I love it, Ken. Yeah.
The family retreat, but it's gonna be in Steffi's name, but it's the family retreat.
Uh-huh.
That's their Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good
I have
night,
to agree.
ladies. Good night,
Good
gentlemen.
night. Thank you,
All right.
buffos.
thank you guys tonight for coming out. Thank you so much. And if you're listening and you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And then also there is Anchor and Spotify if you want a podcast. And then you can just listen live. But thank you for sharing the night with us. We will do this again tomorrow.
Good
All
Yes,
right.
night.
ma'am. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.